and Gods to round up the comp.
So technically there's 2 English maps in the map pool, Kings Row and Gibraltar. Because Gibraltar's part of England, to the point they actually even voted in the Brexit.
Okay.
96% voted to stay in, surprisingly.
Thank you for telling me that. But in the meantime, let's introduce Lubris, which is where I was trying to go with it. Cool Matt 69, Stoop, IGDQD, Vonathil, Custa, and Buds. And IGDQD can be playing sniper. And unfortunately for him, misses that first shot. But he won't miss much more than that.
Well, we'll see. You've kind of given the commentator's curse now, I feel, but he's going to try and push on through. Standard defensive setups, as you're saying. You can see Seagull and holding the high ground, spin across the Seagull, see where he is. I know you guys love to keep your eyes on him, but there's plenty of great players in this matchup for sure. They're going to catch straight in, though. Vonathil will get taken down. That's the Lucio dropped. Enigma managed to get the hook on Cool Matt as well, so the hog went down, and the attack will back itself up. IDDQD continuing to try and clutch in there, getting themselves some shots, but instantly gets a rocket to the face from Seagull.
Yeah, not really have much luck so far for him. Honestly, credit to Luminosity for being able to dodge away from most of his shots and make one. Like, look at that crouching and then moving side to side. IDDQD can just not hit that against Milo. Or I think it was Gods. Yeah, that was Milo.
Gods, yeah.
Oh, was it Gods?
Milo's up on high?
Yeah, it's
Milo's up on high.
But you can't dodge away from a hook side. Cool Matt will take him down. The revive going to be used. Seagull dies, unfortunately, a little bit after. And it looks like it's going pretty good here for Lubris.
Careful, Indus. They're pushing around there. Yeah, they are going to try and get this first point. It's still being contested, though. Gods and Enigma picking themselves up 2 kills. There's going to be another one. That will be Stoop going down. The Lucio should get dropped here. Milo, is he going to hold on to that ulti? No, Tactical Visor will get popped. Just going to confirm that they can keep this point cleared. Cool Matt will get dropped eventually, and it is just going to be a single rocket to Vonathil around the corner to secure it. So, 3 meters 62. They almost got there, but not quite.
Extremely close. I'm surprised they allowed the actual payload to move that quickly or that far before they did contest it. But IDDQD going to be sticking with the Widowmaker. And what was so effective about that last attack was the fact he had his infra side up and gave him a lot of quick shots. So he's not going to have it this time. Has to be a little bit more careful.
He's going to switch.
And yeah, it looks like he doesn't want to switch away from this one. Double hog now, actually, for Luminosity. They switched off the Pharah to Seagull. Now playing the Roadhog. So interesting little bit of a change for them. But they still have the double soldier. They're only running 1 support out of Indust, who has to be so careful. Oh god, they're going to chain hook him in. Indust has to be so careful actually to not get picked off to be able to pull off a successful res. They actually go swinging around the top side here trying to catch him out.
Well, Seagull on the flank, trying to see if it works out. Takes a hell of a lot of damage. That's going to be IDDQD, because the problem is they're going up against that double Reaper setup. So IDDQD switching across to that. Let's have a quick peek at him. They have the high ground covered off now. He's going to drop down behind that shield. It's working well. The Winston of Pooks should get focused on, but IDDQD will get dropped down. Cool Matt still trying to chase on. Gets Gods down. Now Gods had his ulti. Tactical Visor was used, and Cool Matt picks himself up a second and a third. And finally, is he going to get dealt with? No. He gets another one. Indus goes down. Cool Matt is a wrecking ball right now, just piling on through Luminosity Gaming. But are they going to capture out that point? It's got 2 meters to go there. No, force back. Finally, another ulti comes out. Is anyone going to kill him?
Yeah, but Pooks is actually contesting this as long as he possibly can. The payload will cross the checkpoint. Nubris finally able to get some momentum going, but it's a good hold by Luminosity. That was a lot of time they took away from Lubris. And they'll be taking away God's life. Nope. It's actually able to get this one. Cool Matt able to chase him down. So far, Cool Matt and IDDQD together have been pairing extremely well. And Bud's going to be playing this, I was going to say playing the Seagull, but he's playing the Pharah against Seagull, which is going to be a tough ask. Oh no, but Indus gone down. IDDQD got the flank. This is actually really bad for them.
Yeah, managed to pick him off around the side there, so that ult's still at 27%. That's not going to be charging anytime soon. The Reaper trying to make the flanking move. They still hold this shuttle, but you can see the payload below. It's starting to work its way through. Buds tries to get the high ground, and Custer's got to be careful he doesn't get caught mid-air there by Seagull, but doesn't manage to land the shot. Stoop's still taking a lot of damage from up on high. Not a great deal of healing going down the mole either, because they're trying to stick to Buds. Buds will get dropped, but that payload, look at it. While that's all been happening, they've been fighting for that high ground. They've just snuck it through beneath. It's going to stop here. I don't think it'll get any further, because Custer, well, let's have a look at his position, because he's going to be crucial in this, and he's not there. He's not with them.
And he died earlier on. Yeah. I think he got cut out by Seagull, if I'm not mistaken. And Luminosity, they will be able to hold on to the payload, but again, like you said, it got extremely close to finishing. They got it through the under part of the hangar. They got it towards the end, but it's still going to be extremely hard to push it even further than this. And Buds, so it's going to happen. That's Seagull hitting a direct rocket onto him and locking down this control.
Yeah, so they're forced back. So while they did manage to get it very close to the checkpoint, they have lost control of the shuttle bay. And now, of course, there is only 4 points that can enter into this zone, and this is where it's such a strong choke point. Let's see if it works out. You get the flank around the side. Buds has decided to switch off and go on towards the Widowmaker, but as you see, Milo's got his shield up there, so that's not going to work out. They do manage to blast them around. Seagull, though, gets his ulti down, gets himself 4 kills, and that attack was stopped before he even started.
It's 2 minutes and 45 seconds left to go on the clock for Lubris. Stoop will have his Earth Shatter. IDQD has that Death Blossom. And Seagull's got to hope that that Milo actually gets that shield up on top of that shuttle as quick as he can, because that Widowmaker was pressuring Seagull a little bit, forcing him to stick into a certain position, and they're pushing straight into the payload. They want to fight right away, and they want to force Luminosity to drop. But God's on his Widowmaker himself. We saw him have some ridiculous plays on Hanzo yesterday. Going to be doing some more work on Widow this time.
Yeah, God's doing some fantastic stuff there. Catching Buds, catching Stoop, clearing them out of the back. Doesn't manage to get Vonethil. Going to drop down point blank and end up things with the right click. So easy stuff. Or the right click, the left click even. The non-scoped is what I meant. You all know what I meant. Back on towards the payload. It is... You know, they've tried to push through twice. They tried to go fast now. They basically run underneath that shuttle. It's kind of failed both times. They're going to have to deal with it. I mean, that's how they're trying to deal with it. Just trying to ignore the fact that the payload... Now, okay. Now they've switched to the Winsters and the Genji. Now they've said, okay, we need to take control of the shuttle.
And they have done that. They've been able to actually push them off the shuttle. And you have to hope IDQD can deal with Seagull, but Seagull shoots him out of the sky. Now Stoop is looking for Indus. He's looking for that Mercy to take him down, but Mercy's just dodging left and right. Enigma's able to help save him here. The payload is still being contested, and Lubris are just dying one by one, but there's the revive coming back in. Seagull still has Barrage. Soundbarrier even going to be used, and Seagull's a little bit preoccupied with Buds before he takes him down to be able to use the Barrage.
Well, Indus was finally taken down, but they focused so much on just getting that Mercy down that everybody pretty much died straight away. So the damage had free reign in the form of God Seagull, just wrecking them at the moment. 1 minute on the clock is all they have left. Lubris were very quick to get the first checkpoint, and they're going to try, yeah, very much the same attack.
And the shields are so strong, so hard to deal with as a Pharah too. But they've been able to hold on to it actually with Milo sticking towards the front. They're able to stick up there for a little bit of extra time. But Buds has Barrage. Again, they're looking for Indus, so charging straight for him, and Indus needs to escape, but he doesn't. Stoop takes him down, and now it's all on Seagull here on the high ground to do some work.
Well, he's been picked off. Buds gets him down. That Resurrect, is he going to come through? No, because Indus was picked off early. Gods has his ult available. He's going to try and pop it, but did he get knocked away? He must have got pooped away, yeah.
There's still only 20 seconds left. Indus, he has a chance to res 1, maybe 2, and he won't even have the opportunity. He's going to be dropped before that, and they will take the checkpoint. Seagull now a little overextended because of that, and they'll have to back away to defend that last point.
Yeah, goes down. So 2 minutes is all they have. That's a short period of time to get around here, and they're going to have to try and snowball it as quick as they can. They've got 2 on the payload. They're trying to get a little peek around the corner, but they've already backed away. So Seagull just coming from the spawn point. Enigma does have that Graviton Surge, and he's going to have it paired with Seagull's Barrage as well, because that's going to be available in just a couple of seconds. And we'll see whether that's going to be crucial in the defenses here, because they're only really going to get 2 successful attacks.
Yeah, that's very true. And we'll see how successful they're going to be. He's just waiting for the shield to go down for the Graviton Surge, or they might not even need it at this rate because they're spreading out so far away from each other. But that Graviton Surge is going to be good. The Barrage is going to follow up, and say goodnight, Lubris. They're going to get wiped out here by Seagull and Co.
Yeah, we knew that was coming. It was very easy to read. I think they knew it was coming as well. Unfortunately, Custer got hooked up in that, so wasn't able to join it. Was IDDQD considering switching out there? Is it 94%?
Well, he went back out to heal originally.
Yeah, just topping off.
And it's not a big deal because
Kumat switched. Kumat switched over to the Hog.
Let's see. Looking to hook Seagull out of the sky. They don't have anyone to really get bridge control. It's pretty much all an IDDQD with that Dragon Blade. You can see him just spamming away at that shield, trying to take that down. Milo has fallen. Tactical Visor going to be coming through. Dragon Blade should be coming any second now once the Tactical Visor does disappear. IDQD is just staying alive for the most part.
Well, that's going to be Seagull getting picked off. Are they going to be able to get on towards Indus? No, not before he gets his ulti off, that's for sure. Now, they managed to force them back. Gods gets himself the kill on IDDQD, and that attack has been stopped dead. Oh, the hook! Kumat gets onto Seagull. I think he blew himself up with the rocket there in the end. Milo just about trying to swat out that Buds, who's just got his ulti off. Didn't get anything with it, put a lot of damage down, But as you can see, the payload is moving, but it's not going any further anymore. Mylo should get taken down eventually here. And now they're continuing. Have they got enough to get in there? Here comes the Divas.
And the Diva's going to stall for quite a bit of time. Pooks is looking for that kill on the Custer, so they won't have a revive. IDQ switch over to Widowmaker, realizing he's not going to be harassed at all while his teammates is pushing that payload up. But he needs to hit these shots. Bud's able to take Gods down. Seagull coming back in with the Diva. And Milo's going to be coming in a few seconds as well. They're losing too many people, but Custa, I think he's most importantly just staying alive. That's all he really needs to do. If he doesn't drop here, they're going to have a full team wipe if they somehow do die.
Yeah, that's payload is finally going to go over the line, and Lubris will close out map number 1. Now, Luminosity's turn. Impressive. Luminosity, of course, didn't even get touched yesterday when we saw them. We followed them through the round of, I think it was the 64, 32, and 16. We followed them yesterday.
Basically every game.
And they were basically untouched the entire time. So, Luminosity find themselves in a trickier position than then. They have to complete the map to draw even with Lubris.
Are they doing it again?
And that was impressive because Lubris, they had 2 minutes on the final point there, and they were in overtime in the hangar as well. So very, very close to losing the game.
Are they doing double Zarya, double Hanzo again? Gods is already sitting on Hanzo.
I mean, it worked so well yesterday, didn't it?
Yeah, but it worked against teams that weren't of Lubris' caliber. Let's be honest. I mean, Kingdom, they did fairly well. A lot better than the other teams were against Luminosity, but they still couldn't handle the 2-2 setup. But I don't know if they're going to go for it. They have Enigma sit on Roadhog currently.
We're going to get a McCree coming out for IDDQD on the defense.
Yeah, so what's funny, okay, so we talked IDDQD back at Take TV, and we were talking about Fan of the Hammer and such, and he says he's never been a McCree that right-clicks often. He's always been a McCree that left-clicks, because when Fan of the Hammer gets nerfed, which everyone knew was coming, it won't affect him. Right. Players like Valataja that you see, Taimu, I guess Taimu's a little bit in between. It'll hurt them way more than it's going to hurt him. So he's definitely a strong McCree. It's just whether or not he's going to be allowed to do much when he's up against a double Hanzo of Seagull and Gods.
Haven't seen a Symmetra for quite a while here on the defense side. Vonethil setting up that. Obviously going to want to get that teleport up as soon as possible. Good God. Are you twitchy or what, Vonethil? What's going on here? Have you got some sort of issue? Bud's up on high, getting himself the vision. But we talked about this. They have switched off a little bit. It's not going to be quite the double Zarya. Enigma's going to run the hog, but the double Hanzo from Seagull and Gods, very successful yesterday, paired with Mylo, and it was Enigma obviously on Zarya's yesterday.
Okay, so let's look at Gods actually here for a little bit, because he's in more of a position to actually make something happen. They've pushed into the shuttle room. That's where Nubis looking like they want to hold from. They have a soldier on the high ground out of Buds. Well, these Sonic arrows are just giving them so much information. I think maybe look at Seagull where he's at, because I think Gods isn't really going to be able to accomplish too much. I don't think Buds is going to actually peek him in a way that will give him a clear shot. And they're constantly being able to see where they are from these Sonic arrows. The double is just insane. Now Enigma going to be coming in potentially from the side, or maybe actually push the payload, because it's gotten to a point where they're going to have to come out of server room and contest.
Well, that was one down. IDDQD getting picked off, the first of the game. Seagull managing to land the shot on him, and that means his ulti will be ready and waiting to go. Is he going to just fire it straight into the server room? Yes, he is. That's going to force them back. Okay, Gods gets himself a double as well around the side. That's going to be the hook. That's just quickly IDDQD being taken down, and Seagull gets hooked as well, but Gods from above, as you would expect, when that payload, it didn't slow down, it just moved around the corner. They were in the server room, and that zoning from Seagull's ult just basically gave them the option to just push it around the corner.
And they're going to continue. I don't think they're going to stop really anytime soon. Gods, again, trying to get the information. Sees 3 people with the Sonic Arrow, and he has the Dragon Strike up to use, so he can use it towards that position to force him off the high ground if he wants, or save it for a combo, because Mylo is extremely close on having ultimate available.
Easy stuff so far. They're showing them how it's done. As we saw yesterday, the vision given. Are they just going to throw that Dragon Strike on top of the shuttle bait? Got to wait for that push to come down. They can easily just flank away from it. They're swinging across to Enigma, because he's going to be the one up close and personal. He's on towards the Lucio. Gets himself a shot on Vonethil, and Vonethil goes down. Seagull picks himself up a quick and easy double as well. And now he has Dragon Strike back available. Well, the Mercy Custer got the res in, but unfortunately, this is the combo we were talking about. The Graviton Strike, followed by the
Dragon Surge.
Well, I mean, it's the Graviton Strike. It's the combo, the Graviton Surge and the Dragon Strike. It's
the Dragon Strike. The Dragon Surge.
Dragon Surge?
Dragon Surge
sounds pretty good.
Graviton Strike.
Dragon Surge sounds pretty good. Graviton Surge.
People always say what's the more important part of the combo, but they're both equally important.
Yes,
in
of
my
course.
opinion.
It lines them
Ooh,
up.
Custa!
Oh dear, that's
Seagull hits a crazy shot. The thing is, if they wipe them here and don't let them retreat, they're going to get so much area pushed up on that they can use the high ground behind them or up to the right currently to actually siege from.
The
That's
double
dangerous.
aggressive Hanzo is working so well. Seagull manages to land another one. Kumak gets picked off there. He flanks around the side, and they're both going to have ulti available. This is scary stuff here. I mean, this is the thing. It's like, it's all well and good. Oh, Stoop gets picked off there. That was the ricochet as well around the corner. Obviously, the double Dragon Strike can push on you. You're just constantly zoned away from it. The problem is that everybody's left the payload. Here we go.
IDDQD and
They're forced in the base.
The thing is, IDDQ's been keeping...
Is he just going to pop in the base? No, because the shield comes through.
No, he could kill him. He could kill him in that position, but they can just back away to heal. He's going to wait maybe a little bit longer. The Graviton Surge out of Milo is not really even close at all, but they have 5 ultimates besides that. The Sound Barrier could be used out of Pooks any time now, and Gods is just looking to stay alive. We'll get the kill on a cool map, and then will be Buzz there to help out.
IDDQD got his ulti off, but Seagull instantly shuts him down the second he gets around the side there. Bud's trying to work Seagull down, gets him at last, but is instantly resurrected by Indus. Earthshatter comes in. Is that going to be enough to pin them all on the floor? No, because Gods is giving support from the back.
Dear Lord, this is just so one-sided when you have people like Gods and Seagull together hitting shots like this on Hanzo. Probably one of the hardest heroes to actually aim with, especially when you're having to chase things in the sky. There's going to be a Tracer on the point. They use a Dragon Strike to keep them in spawn. There's to keep a couple of them in spawn. So D.Va is going to be coming in. Another Dragon Strike as well. And the thing is, they can't back them up. They can't back these D.Vas up once they use those double Dragon Strikes. Milo, though, is about to have his Graviton Surge up.
Okay, I think they're going to get cleared here. Of course, Indus was picked off. Enigma's still trying to keep them off the site, but I think the D.Va and Tracer cover fire has managed to keep them at bay. But Milo's going to have his ulti available. Seagull's at 50%. Expect that to build pretty quickly. And God switches off. Okay, so he's going over to the Widowmaker. And Seagull switches to the Reaper to just try and get the job done. As you were talking about, once the Dragon strikes, there's not a lot to follow.
Yeah, and God's... he gets up here on this high ground. There's really not much to deal with him. Actually, he's only Buds to deal with him because you still have Tracer for IDDQD and Cool Mat on D.Va. That shield should be dissipating extremely fast. And he's even pushed up. Stoop's got to be in a really bad position. And Cool Mat's finally able to chase Gods out of the spot, which is actually really crucial because Widow, you don't want to let her get comfortable, especially like on a player of God's caliber.
Buds is trying his best to force them back. Trying to get the shots around the corner. That's going to be the Mercy getting picked off, and everybody chased down nicely there. IDDQD do some serious work. So, still 40 minutes 30 on the clock. Plenty of time for them to close out this map. Remember, they have to get the finish to try and draw even with Lubris, who closed it out, well, with not a great deal of time, but time doesn't matter at the moment. It is all about finishing the map.
I switched up their cockpit again. God switching over the Soldier. Wants a little bit more steady DPS to attack that shield out of Stoop, though. They weren't really having problems with it before, to be fair. Graviton Surge is up. Gonna be... oh, no! Oh, because that was a right click. I thought that was Graviton Surge getting defense matrixed by Cool Mat. Overreacted there, I guess, a little bit. But Luminosity lost 3 people, and just gonna get the revive up, but he will pay the ultimate price. Okay,
let's see if they can push in close enough. Still not finding an opportunity. That was a good charge coming out there, forces them away from the side, and they're very much split. IDDQD, let's sprint across to him because he's on being the pain in the backside for Milo there. Will get taken down. Pooks is going to get pursued as well. Cool Mat and IDDQD, they are a fearsome combo, it seems. They are chasing them down, and again, 3 minutes 30. The clock keeps on ticking.
Unless they start to struggle. Seagull about to have his Death Blossom. Milo has Graviton Surge, so Lubris need to be careful of their positioning most importantly here, where it could spell the end of the game. Especially Custa, he needs to not get pulled in. Oh no, this is going to be terrible. This is going to be bad. He's looking for the Mercy. He's going to miss though, with a nice little bit of help out of Pooks. But the Death Blossom's coming in, and Stoop's going to get the charge on a Seagull. Yeah, that didn't work out for him. Graviton Surge was used as well, so that really backfired. Gods is going to get his ulti up, but he's got a Pulse Bomb. He's okay. It's self-destruct, actually. I think that was around the side there. Should be fine. Manages to dodge out the way of it, but they have to back up, and the time keeps on ticking. Every time they try, there is something else that counters them. Good choice. So now Enigma switching to Reaper. Seagull switching to Pharah. And God's staying on Soldier. So Luminosity are definitely trying different things. They're realizing what's working against them and what they need to do to fix it up.
Oh,
IDQD. Yeah, gonna get Milo down with the pulse bomb. That's their main tank now gone. And he's looking for more. He's looking for Pooks here. And you can just see how quickly Pooks melts up against him. And Gods is somehow still alive with 18 HP. He hasn't been taken down. He takes Kusta with him, who had the res available.
Yeah, should be able to deal with IDDQE. He's got the range, actually, more importantly, to deal with him. But drops down. That's going to give a slightly easier chance for IDDQD to dash away, and he will manage to get himself healed up there. But God's still doing some good work from up on high, getting boosted by Indust as well. So Seagull picks himself up the kill now as the Pharah starts to build up. The barrage is ready. He's just waiting for that combo to build up. Milo, as you mentioned, has changed around, gone towards that Reinhardt, so more of a standard setup. The Resurrect comes through. Chris Custer managing to get them back alive, but this poor old Reinhardt of Stoop is being juggled right now by Seagull from above.
Nice, using Concussive Blast 2 to save his Mercy to keep Indust alive. So the defense matrix is now down. That means there's nothing to really block his barrage from coming in. And he's getting extremely close looking for this. He's going to connect onto 2. It's only 1 going down though. Ends up taking Stoop. And looking for the last man here, Vonathil, who's going to be able to not escape as he gets dropped. And now Gods from long range could be covering the payload with that soldier. And here come the Divas again.
Yeah, Enigma trying to cover them off. The Divas should be able to keep this away for now. It worked successfully, but a minute 8 on the clock. They have to make sure this attack works out. What are they going to do? They've got nothing dealing with Seagull right now. He's just getting that mid-air shots off. And you can see there's a self-destruct going out. Doesn't catch anything down. Milo manages to get IDDQD swatted down as well, but Stoop has managed to take Milo down. So the Reinhardt is dropped at the moment. I'm going to spin across to Indus because you can see he's just sticking at range. No interest in going for the Resurrect on Milo. So Milo's going to be coming back from spawn, and they're going to have to set themselves up for another res. No, he dives in and gets it.
Ooh, Seagull, he actually almost killed Indus there, but not peeking around the tide or the top of the bridge. But people are falling one by one by Lubris. Barrage again coming through the shields, not going to last at all. Seagull will fall eventually as IDDQD is going to take him down from the high ground using the blink towards and the pulse bomb. Going to land and do some decent damage, but no kills from it so far.
No, they're struggling to keep them off here. You can see 3 members on that point. As soon as they get it swatted down, it's going to be serious trouble mode. Milo desperately trying to swing away at them. He's got his Earth Shatter back available. Just 1m56 to go for them and only 8 seconds on the clock. So we're going to be hitting overtime before this game concludes. And now out comes May. May's going to get in close. He gets swatted down. IDDQD gets dropped down as well. Vonathil is in around the point, but he's the only man here at the moment. He gets taken down. Seagull gets up the kill. And surely they can take it down. Overtime was what they needed, but it will be Luminosity closing it out, and we have ourselves a draw on Gibraltar.
Certain how much time they had, how quickly they pushed through the entirety of that map. That was still way too close. Way too close for those teams. Or sorry, for Luminosity there in particular. But you have to be a little bit lucky. They have to feel like have a little bit of a sigh of relief. Yeah, considering they almost actually lost that map because of that final hold.
A lot of changes required as well. Obviously, we saw Seagull switching through heroes. We saw God switching through a number of heroes. Then in the defense, obviously saw a bunch of changes as well. So crazy stuff. So higher seed decides heads or tails. That will be, I assume, Luminosity. Heads or we're dead, says Enigma. It is heads. Let's see what map they're going to choose. Okay,
Kings
they have
Row.
Obviously a bunch of choices, like you
Kings
say.
Row.
Kings Row, Dorado, or Hollywood.
It's Kings Row.
As the 3 payloads. You're going to see it's definitely Kings Row, probably. Nepal in there as well, and of course Hanamura. Hanamura.
What are you doing?
I've had people moaning on Twitter.
Oh,
You got to pronounce it correctly.
it's true. You should also pronounce America correctly.
And Warwick.
Yeah. Nepal, what?
See?
You kidding me? Since when do Luminosity not shoot? Whatever. Whatever. So Nepal, we're going to King of the Hill.
They want to make sure they're 1-0 up.
Yeah, so, well,
1-0 down.
2-1.
2-1. You know what I mean.
If they win. If they win. So we're heading to a best of 5 on Nepal here between these two teams. And remember, they're both fighting for a spot to play in the regional finals coming up in the beginning of August, where they're already going to be joined Envious and Gale Force Esports.
Just asking Lubris what side they want. Does it?
It doesn't matter.
I was like, why is he John red and blue? It really doesn't matter. Oh, it's a long night, boys. It's a long night. I think the admin's.
It's an early day for him. He's over in the US.
Is he American?
Yeah, he's American.
Oh, okay.
So we're hopping in the game.
I mean, we have an excuse. It's clocking on. It's actually 1 a.m. But to be honest, we've been working on American time the last few days, so I'm actually quite wide awake. But here we go. We're going into Sanctum to begin with on Nepal. So in case you didn't know, this is competitive. I hope they set it onto best of 5. I hope. Didn't actually get to check the settings. I'm hoping it is. Of course, it is. Just like it is in competitive mode. Simple case. 5 rounds. Get yourself the first of 3, and you pick up a win. So I think this is, yeah, like you say, this is Luminosity's sort of way of saying, okay, we feel confident, we can take it here. But they're going with a very different setup. They're going to go, Milo's going to be on Xayah, Indus on Mercy, Pooks will be on the Lucio. It's going to be Enigma on Winston, Seagull once again on Farah, and Gods on Soldier 76. Meanwhile, very different approach. It's going to be a 2-2-2 setup for Lubris, which is going to be the double setup of the Tracers, Winstons, and Lucios. So, big advantage for Luminosity is they're going to have the Resurrect.
So we saw this actually with the Gale Force Esports versus Northern Gaming Red match, where we saw finally some Mercies coming into play because the revives were so impactful. But the 2-2-2 at Lubris is going to be it's going to be hard to fight against this, especially with Seagull playing the Pharah, who's not going to really have anyone to contest him at that long, high range. So he's getting some good spam down, especially when you're Tracer. You have to be very careful, and Gods paired in with Seagull does take down Stoop.
Yeah, and he's getting free damage right now. They're all grouped up. It's just straight, simple stuff. Pump the rockets into that point. Obviously with a portion of aim to go with it, but there's the point being captured out by Luminosity, and we start off the counter.
So far, Nubris has been the one to capture onto this so far. God's taking an IDDQD. Point will be picked up for Nubris early on. But you can see Luminosity do have some good positioning around the point for the most part. Coolman is just going ham onto Gods, who's finally able to turn around and at least escape from him for now. And he also has his Pulsum available. The question is, does he want to use it so far?
Well, that's the question. He doesn't want to use it just on this Winston. He might use it if he can get on towards the Mercy around the side, throws it in there, doesn't manage to get anything from it. Does take Enigma down eventually. That's going to be Soldier 76. God's popping the ultimate off around the side there. Seagull picking himself up a double on Custer, and Vonethil with both supports down. The point will go across to Luminosity once again.
Okay, so here we go. Luminosity now have control, looking for the hold. Seagull was forced to use Barrage in that last fight to actually take this one, but we do have Cyberad at Pooks. And Vonethil's only at 50%, so not really a big advantage for Nubris so far. And I don't think that pulse bomb by IDDQD can really accomplish too much, since honestly Luminosity are just spreading out extremely well.
Gods is trying to run away from this one. He's getting chased down by the Winstons. Will get picked off there. Indust also goes down. Single gets himself a kill, but the fact is all of the rest of his team have been picked off. He's kind of on his own up here, despite the fact there's not a great deal shooting on him other than those Tracers from range, but they cap the point back. And we are going to go back and forth once again. Lubris will clock themselves up to 40% before they get close.
Just wondering if Luminosity is going to switch anytime soon or keep this Pharah.
Gods have switched.
He switched over the Reaper from the Soldier. And Indus is still sticking with the Mercy, so they still want to go with this Pharah Mercy combo. And Milo is about to have Graviton Surge, which is where this game can really change. This is where Luminosity can get the point back for themselves.
We'll see whether it works out for them. A lot of pulse bombs. There's going to be the Lucio ultimate coming in. Indust, of course, has that Resurrect available. Seagull trying to get himself a little bit of distance away from there. Tries to pick off Custer, actually. He's got himself a good vision. That's going to be the pulse bombs going down. But Buds, Vonethil, Coolmat all getting themselves kills. Indust, unfortunately, was one of them. So there's going to be no Resurrect this time around.
Yeah, Seagull just can't do enough damage, it seems. It's not even necessarily him. He's hitting so many of these shots. The problem is the rest of his teammates aren't able to stay alive long enough with the way Nubris are playing of Coolmat and IDDQD in combo in tandem together. So, back on the attack here for Luminosity, one of the few remaining ones they're going to have. Graviton Surge, and the Barrage is available. And Nubris are trying to spread out, but it doesn't matter. They're going to get 3 of them pulled in. The shield's going to come down, and Seagull gets shielded up on top of things. But he only gets 1 kill, gets a second, looking for Vonethil for the 3rd. Gets the assist, at least paired with Enigma, and this should be their point.
Yeah, worked out well in the end. 88%, there's the Resurrect coming from Indust as well. He's straight back up, gets himself on top of Seagull, manages to keep it clear. So, 92% Lubris managed to reach, 46% and counted, so still a long time for them to hold it here, Luminosity. But of course, it is the first map. Plenty of time to go here. A second map, first round, here on the pole.
Death Blossom out of Gods could be huge too. It's at about 100%. He's going to have it up in a second. And they do attack the site. They're going to have to do it with more than one person which is where he's really going to shine. He has to really worry about one area, which is behind him if they come from this position. But they're pushing his team now. Seagull takes on IDDQD. Most importantly, Gods is looking for the duel on point. Pops the Death Blossom in, gets the kill on a stoop.
Oh, boots
Gets,
off.
yeah, that's the price you're going to pay if you're going to play a Reaper on that position. And Seagull is just looking to maintain this point. 83% now. Luminosity are turning this one around.
Yeah, it's getting very close between the two. They have to make sure they can clear the site, which they will do. Coolmat's the one that's just hopping in and out, so he's keeping it alive for now. He's going to teleport himself back. There is, of course, Barrage ready and available, but I think they might cap this one out. No, okay, no, it definitely won't now, because the rest of the team just get in there. Indus actually taken very low, just about clocking himself around. He's still IDDQD managing to get his ulti off there, but Stupid Buds, Indus gets picked off, and that's not how you want to see it. I think IDDQD was shooting his own Winston there. He's like, get this thing away. Oh, sorry, it's mine.
No points taken down for Lubris, though. 95% of the Garchers are just going to come through. IDDQD is going to be able to escape it, but there's no barrage to follow up because Seagull was taken down by IDDQD himself. Indus with the res, looking to get in. We'll get the two-man revive. He's going to pay the price, though. Coolmat's able to secure the kill back onto him, and Seagull's back. He's fighting. He's got the barrage available. He's looking for the opportunity. He's going to pop it down, but he's not able to get anything.
A launching, flying Winston in his face. Is it going to be enough? You can see the overtime ticking down. 99% apiece. Who is going to be out of the one that turns it around? Seagull, last minute switches across to Bastion. I don't think he's going to get close enough. Who knows? IDDQD still on site. They're going to be able to clear this one off. The Diva's coming in. Everything's trying to get close as they can. The Winston's popping in and out of Enigma. He gets dropped. Seagull comes in. Seagull gets himself set up, gets himself the one kill, sets himself, clears the site off. They're going to cap the site out here because his Bastion's set up. No, IDDQD comes in. Oh, he manages to take him down, but Coolmat comes in and finishes the job.
That is rough. Milo trying to hold on with this Diva. Coolmat has that post bomb up, but we're still in this overtime. It's still taken away. You can see Luminosity were halfway through capping it back for themselves. God's gonna get the post bomb down. Almost kills himself, actually, but he secures a kill. Still looking for that next one, looking for that Winston onto Buds, and Buds will fall. He had proper rage up. He just got his ult to it, but he didn't pop it, and that just might have cost him this point.
Seagull's trying to get himself set back up here. You can see Coolmat's keeping him away from the sides at the moment. Overtime still holding, and well, Luminosity so close to capping that point back from them. They just need to worry about Coolmat at the moment. He's the one that's keeping it alive. He keeps zipping in and out. The rest of the team get back in there. He gets himself the reset once again. You talked about Buds. Well, he's back in. He's got his ultimate primal rage available, and he's going to launch in, try and deal with Seagull, but Seagull gets himself the ultimate off. Now he goes and starts to shoot across the map, and they have cleared it, but not yet. They didn't cap it in time. It just got reset.
Yeah, they're kind of trying to keep these tracers on the point. They're actually not switching to too many more tracers, though, which is allowing Seagull to do some really good work here. Another point, it's going to keep being ticked because they have enough tracers alive. It's Stoop and Coolmat together, just to, in tandem, keep going time and time again when the other's ready to pull it off. Post bomb will come in. Overtime is taken away. Someone's on the point right now. Someone just in the nick of time gets on top of it. I think he's looking for the fight. He has his primal rage. He can keep them away as long as he can.
Well, he's trying desperately, that's for sure. Custer's not going to get in time. And Luminosity will capture the first point, but my God, that was close. Lubris were very close to actually winning it very early on. And then Luminosity kind of took control. And, well, the switch, who'd have thought? A Bastion from Seagull, maybe to save the day.
Yep. Because when you're in overtime like that, right, you're focused on the point, getting the people off the point. You're not focused on people around the point, like him. So it's a very smart play, and it forces Lubris to pretty much commit one or two people that are normally going to be attacking the point to go to him, which leaves them at a mad disadvantage on the point. So, honestly, good stuff here at Luminosity. But there's still potentially 4 more points to go here. It's a best of 5. It's not a best of 3. It's competitive mode. And here we go. Luminosity sticking with the comp they ran last time, but this time they're running double Zarya.
Yeah, Seagull back on the fire again. No Bastion this time around. Tries to get himself on the top of the plinth. But instead, he manages to get some serious distance there. Goes for Coolmat, doesn't manage to catch him, but Custer takes a rocket straight to the face. That's getting close on Godzo, on the trace around the side. He's trying to clutch on towards IDDQD and will get the kill.
He's looking for more of that. As you can see him pushing back in. God's on the Tracer trying to deal with this double Winston. And so far not really able to accomplish too much because he's on top of those pillars, even being chased away. Or eventually Lubris will be able to cap out the point here. So Lubris is going to start with the initial control. And Luminosity have to fight for the control back. They switch Enigma, though, over from Zarya to Winston himself.
So Lubris start off once again with the point. See if they can hold it any longer. God's got his ultimate up. Seagull's a long way away. That's going to be the Ulti coming out from Coolmat. Didn't see exactly what it was on. Didn't manage to pick anything up. Has to get away from the pulse bomb himself there as Gods tries to throw one his way. Buds has got his Primal Rage ready and waiting to go. He's going to pop it. He's going to clear them off site, try and smash them away. Seagull, let's spin across to him because Barrage is up. The rest of his team get resurrected by Indus as he moves into the site. They're pretty close together at the moment, but he needs something to pin them in sight. Milo's ulti is a long way away.
Yeah, it is. And the thing is, Lubris aren't sticking together either, so it's going to be really difficult for him to do much with the barrage, but he at least get some good damage in with these rockets from long range, taking Kusta down, taking IDDQD down, at least to the assist onto it. Now he's looking for a third, but Coolmat's finally able to take him with this elephant. Was that Pooks on top of the pillar? Yeah, so he was just trying to stay out of the line of sight. Funny enough, he's in the line of sight of everyone, but you're not looking up in that position, so it's a lot of free healing, a lot of free speed for his team from there.
Well, Matt got a quick 3 kills towards the end there. Seagull does have that barrage available. Milo's going to have his ultimate available, so that's the combo we're looking for here. Waiting for the Graviton Surge to come down. Seagull's going to try and pair that once again with the barrage. Try and get it in. Here comes Milo, but they are grouped together. Let's have a look at Seagull. He's above them, and he manages to get himself 4 kills, make it 5. Nigma stole it at the end there, and the last man will get picked down. So 5 for Seagull, 1 for Enigma. Thank you very much. Point goes their way, but it was at 79% for Lubris before that managed to work out.
And they had to depend on the combo of the barrage and the Graviton Surge to even take the point in the first place. So now, how well can they defend it? Because if it's taken away from them, it's going to take them a hell of a long time to actually get the point back for themselves. As we saw in overtime the first round, definitely is a possibility. So, Indust has Resurrection available, has played this one extremely safe, trying to use Seagull on that high ground, give him some extra survivability. But a 2-man revive will come in, and he's still trying to stick to Seagull, while in the meantime, Gods is on the point, paired in with Enigma, just trying to clean them up one by one with the Tracers.
Yeah, he's trying to keep them away. Has that pulse bomb available, can pop it around the side. He's going to get on towards the back of the Lucio. That's Custer that gets dropped down. He's also on Vonathil now. He's going to get dropped. So both of the Lucios dealt with by Gods there. So that means the rest of the team are just going to fall away. No supports, no heals. IDDQD, is he going to be able to get away from this one? He gets the full heal. He may be able to deal with Gods, but he has to return himself because IDDQD kind of juked him there. Buds switching over to
Widow, trying to deal with Seagull.
Yeah.
For the most part, trying to deal with Seagull. It's going to be... Actually, shouldn't be that hard, to be fair. Because with the 2 Tracers that Luminosity are dealing with are running, they're not really going to be after him. Like, he's in a really good position, but he doesn't expect Seagull this close in his face. And he will be forced to back away and give this position open.
Nicholas pulse bomb goes down. He goes looking for that Widowmaker around the side as well. Will get himself the res back in there, the heal back in there, I should say. Kusta forced away. But Seagull has been picked off along with Enigma, so they may be able to cap the point out here. Stoop has got himself his ultimate. Seagull up on high, gets that resurrect through from Indus before he dropped. Will be able to keep Coolmat down, but Coolmat manages to get himself the full heal off the side there, then takes a rocket full to the face, gets in on point just to prevent them capping it at 97%. That's all they managed to get, and this Seagull just about kept it alive long enough for Enigma to get back in. But this point is going to be contested for a while here, I feel. But if they cap it, which they have, they may be able to hold it because they've got a lot of ultis available.
Yeah, and we'll see how Lubris kind of go about, or sorry, Luminosity go about this attack. Again, they have basically the Barrage Graviton Surge combo, which is what took them the point in the first place. If they can pull it off again, it would be amazing. Seagull only at 87% though. He needs to get a little bit more damage in, and they have to hope that they're going to group out. Coolmat overshoots his position with the blinks, and now has to be careful. He's going to miss the pulse bomb too, which could be huge.
That was a big error there. Then Milo manages to throw it out where Seagull has been picked off. There's no follow-up, but it doesn't matter because Gods is with him. I think he threw a pulse bomb in there, and that was the follow-up they needed. And it worked out. And overtime, it needs to be reset. I think it's Coolmat that's off the side. Yes, it is. And he gets one down solo. That's Milo that gets dropped. Now he's going to have to do some serious work here, Coolmat, to keep his team alive. He gets Pooks down as well with IDDQD partnering with him. And they do clear off the site. Still going to have to deal with the second setup. Milo gets taken down. And you know what? This is going to go on for a long time.
It's going to go on for at least a little bit longer as still the Tracers out of Luminosity game. They're still holding on to the point. Enigma trying to keep it stalled as Gods already has been taken down. Even Indus coming in just to say hello to try to keep this one contested. The pulse bomb to come in. It's going to land on top of Pooks. He's going to fall down from this one. And Indus trying to fly back in just to keep it overtime a little bit longer. Seagull switching the Bastion, but it doesn't matter. He needs to get on the point. I don't think anyone's even close to it. Lubris are going to tie it up. And what a piece here on the ball.
Milo just trying to get the kill after the line. But there we go. 1-1. tied up. Who would have thought it? Lubris, some good adjustments in there. Some that I don't agree with, but some that definitely worked out, and some serious work coming out from Coolmat and IDDQD there. Some very good stuff. Buds, who knows how that one worked out. Seagull, he's going to switch to anything else. He's going to keep on the Bastion by the looks of it.
Yeah,
so we're going to
Village.
get a Bastion at the start here. Yeah, Village means he's going to set up on that high ground. Let's have a spin through so you guys are aware of where we're talking about. The spin on through. Can I go over here? Yes, I can. Thank you. No, I didn't want to speed.
I made you go faster.
Yeah, now you ruined my positioning. So yes, I'm going to try and set themselves up on the high ground. Let's see how it works out.
IDQD's going to get there first. Seagull switching the Bastion. We just saw this happen with Gale Force Esports up against Northern Gaming Red, and while Seagull's doing a little bit better of a job this time, picks up 2 kills on the double. Winston's Gods takes on Coolmat, and there should be Luminosity taking the point initially.
Yeah, Vonathil's going to get picked off on the side there. IDDQD, the only one alive along with Vonathil.
The Mercy
Vonathil
healing
goes down.
with the shield out of Milo, plus the double shields out of Enigma and Gods. That was just ridiculous. You're not going to kill Seagull. It's just, there's no way. You don't have enough Winstons for that.
That's what Northern Gaming were missing, obviously,
Yeah.
when they tried it. So we do see some changes, of course. We are going to get Bud switching across to the Genji to try and counter out Seagull's Bastion, but now he's got ulti available, Bastion. So Seagull sets himself up around the side. Coolmat takes a full burst to the face, rewinds straight back into it once again. Pops that ultimate to try and deal with the Genji. Almost get it reflected back into him, but Buds, unfortunately, that is not going to last much longer. And this time IDDQD takes a full burst from Seagull to the face.
No, Bonathil, he's going to die on top of this. Another monkey, another tracer. You put it in front of Seagull, he'll take you down. Coolmat does have pulse available. I just don't know if he can even get close enough to Seagull for it to work. And again, the double shields is going to be... Oh, he overshot a little bit there. I think the speed boost came in on accident, or came in when he wasn't expecting it, and it pushed him too far. But they're going to hold from the high ground. Why not? He's already at 40% of his ultimate. The rest of the team trying to come in is going to get taken extremely low. Stoops forced to jump in with the Primal Rage. He's going to follow before he can really have a chance. Seagull's going to get... No, he didn't get post bomb up. He actually does stay alive for this one. The Revive's going to be used just to keep him up.
Yeah, just keep him alive. Manages to get back around there. Switches back across. Should be able to deal with Buds. Has got his ultimate available. Pops it down. Tries to launch himself. Oh, he managed to get Buds. Well, managed to complete the Dragon Strike. And he gets Coolmat. They're rocket launching himself up there. And well... You know what? When you're that good a player, and then they give you the damn Bastion with it all, you're going to get a lot of kills. So Seagull holding strong, 75% and counting.
I don't think they're going to be pushed off. Buds needs to be the one to deal with it, but the thing is, they're all supporting Seagull. The double shields, the healing, the speed if he needs to get away. It's just too hard. It's too rough, and Lubris just don't really have an answer. Gravito Surge is even up here for Gods.
Yep.
So if they do come in close, he shields him, runs away. We'll probably come back in when his shield's available, but the Gravito Surge is just going to be enough to close this out too. They can throw as many traces as they want at this, but with the Gravito Surge coming through, there's really not much you can do, even with the Sound Barrier paired in. Oh,
Coolmat gets finally
kills himself
the
too with
better
it.
of Seagull, but unfortunately he's going to get res straight away. There's the second Graviton Surge coming through. They do manage to get another pulse bomb on him. Well, you know what? If you're not going to win the game, get your pulse bombs on Seagull. That seems to be the way it worked out. But that was a very strong performance from Luminosity. No answer to the protect the Bastion combo.
That's funny. They used 2 pulse bombs to kill him. Because one, he got revived, and the second, well, he ends up dying, but they stalled long enough. So, 2-1. Remember, it's a best of 5. If Luminosity can pick up this next one, they'll be leading the series 2-1. Newers pick it up. We'll go on to the 5th and final point here in Nepal. We still have so many more maps to come. It's a best of 5. We're only into our 2nd map. And let's see. Is he still? He's going to still stick with the Bastion, it seems.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, we're into, what, we're in Sanctum? No, we're in Village. No, it's not Village. It's a lie. It's Sanctuary. Get my... Really. That one little barrier. That's all that caught me out. Not sure how it's going to work out this time around. We'll keep our eye on it.
It doesn't really have as easy of a way to attack on the point. That's the problem. But you can at least deal with these tracers trying to go in towards the back line, or if anyone overextends at all, he could do some decent work. Yeah,
trying to flank around. Seagull realized it can't stick around there. So it does get the flank. He's going to reposition. We've got to keep our eye on it. We'll get taken down. There we go. Coolmat and IDDQD doing exactly what they should. Picking off Indust around the back. And this time Lubris have managed to work in a much better position. We wondered how that would work this time around with Seagull not really able to get a position, a solid one. And that's going to be Lubris capping the point.
There's just not as much space for him to work with in terms of height. Like, he can't really get onto an overseeing position of where they're coming in since the team's already gotten there. And the way Bastion works, oh, goodbye. The way Bastion works on Village, like we just saw, you win the initial fight, then you get set up. But they didn't win the initial fight here. He couldn't get set up anywhere that he wanted to, especially not on a high ground spot. So he dies. He might continue to go with it, though, because he's almost close to his ultimate. But I feel like you might just need to switch from this one. This was the map that Lubris just won against Luminosity to at least take 1 point on Nepal.
But they did switch to Bastion towards the end, which is what held them. But like I say, they lost it in the end. But as you mentioned, 80% and counting. Protect the Seagull. Gods has got his ultimate nearly available. It's going to be around the same time as Seagull's is. But Seagull, again, getting focused, tries to heal himself up, but instantly gets dealt with. Resurrect comes in just for him there. That seems a little wasteful, but there we go. There's a Graviton Surge powered in, but he couldn't even get set up. Pulse Bomb instantly thrown back at him, and it was actually Custer in the end that picked himself up the kill. There's going to be another Graviton Surge, but there's no follow-up.
Yeah, that was a really good Graviton Surge because it took 5 people with them. But you saw Seagull there. He actually, I think he hit Shift to go in Sentry for him, but he meant to hit Ultimate, his Q, because then he gets extra armor to work with. And he would have died there. He would have been able to pick up quite a few kills. Does he get just stuck again? Yeah. Maybe it's time to switch off Bastion now. 69%.
Got his ulti on it.
Yeah.
Wants to use it.
But it's just not working for him so far. And maybe even switching over to Tracer.
Oh, they've switched Indust. Indust has switched over to Lucio. So they're going to try and speed in there maybe. Gods has also made the switch. He was quite far in the progress actually on the Zarya ultimate there. So they're realizing, yeah, we need some Tracers here because they're not dealing with Cool Matt and IDQD.
Well, they don't have much time to work with anyways. They make their move now. Seagull coming in. Not really getting any kills. He's getting some tags, finally able to take down Vonathil and maybe get set up on the point here in the corner. But he gets stuck again. He's taken down. IDQD's been all over him. And he's not been allowed to do anything to Bastion in this round.
Yeah, sticking to him like a rash, that's for sure. Dealing with him, 99%. They are going to cap the point, though. No! Stop just before he managed to close it out. They do get it. Luminosity at 99%. They finally cap it out and prevent Lubris from winning the game right there.
So God's Enigma is picking up where Seagull left off. They're actually going to have to switch away from these Tracers because they want to contest the point as well as they can. But Seagull playing Winston. All right, so going double Winston, double Lucio, Reaper and Tracer. Taking one for the team here, but Pulse Bomb is up again for Cool Matt. And we're only up to 21% now for Luminosity. They have a long way to go before they want to take this, or if they can, take this map.
Well, Enigma, of course, should be able to deal with these Winstons, but unfortunately, Sound Barrier required to keep him alive because he was getting focused pretty heavily. IDDQD managing to get in there, deal with him. He's got his Pulse Bomb available, pops in onto the Winston, doesn't manage to get the kill because he's got Primal Rage running. Indus is going to drop his beat as well and keep the Sound Barrier booming. But Cool Matt, where's he? Got Pulse Bomb available. He pops on in the back of Winston. Doesn't manage to deal with the damage, but he will finally go down. Pooks in the end will pick himself up the kill. Where's Seagull? He's got Primal Rage ready and waiting, but he's dealing with Stoop around the side. Stoop gets himself the heal though. Primal Rage required. He's going to be forced away from point here. 57% and counting still for Luminosity. They still hold the point.
He wants IDDQD, but just being a little bit too sneaky for him. That Pulse Bomb at IDDQD is just waiting to be used. So he's looking for the Lucio. I think he did not stick it, but either way, Enigma picks up 2 on point. Cool Matt finally able to respond, but God's taking an IDDQD, which means Luminosity is going to maintain this point even further. We're up to 75% now for Luminosity. If they cap this point, they win this map, and we'll be up 2-1 in the best of 5. And Lubris, they're switching over to the Tracer spam. They need to get onto this point quick.
Yeah. There's Luminosity's choice, of course, remember coming here. Don't think there was anything other than just a chance at a win, maybe. But IDDQD has been doing good work. Oh, was dealt with by Gods. And this change that Gods made, honestly, going onto the Tracer, it seems to have worked well. They're only using the 1 Tracer as opposed to the 3 that we're now seeing from Lubris. But overtime is ticking. Somebody needs to start keeping around that site. They need to start fighting on the point. And that is going to be only in favor of Luminosity, but Buds has just picked up 3. Milo, Gods, and Pooks. There's no Resurrect, remember, so that's given them a big favor, but that Pulse Bomb missed. Almost got himself killed as well. And
they're still keeping it contested, though. That's the key part here. The Sound Barrier going to come in to buy them a lot of extra time for Luminosity, for people to come back in from spawn. They still have 3 men, 4 men on site. Enigma has Death Blossom. He's going to pop it right at this Wraith form. Most likely going to be popping it since they're so low, but he doesn't have the HP. He didn't get healed up enough, but it's still not a capture yet. Lubris have not been able to take the point.
Custer's going to try and run in, tries to boop Seagull away. He has Primal Rage available, but he wants to try and use that Tesla cannon as much as he can. Just work them down. Spin back to Gods. Gets his pulse bomb off. Gets himself stooped down. Rewinds back in there. Lots of traces to keep track of here. 4 of them on the side of Lubris. Just the one in the form of Gods to keep them away. We have Enigma returning back to site, though. He's got that Death Blossom available. If they group up, he will be able to catch them, and they are pretty grouped around the side there. Cool Matt's going to run straight into it. Vonathil gets picked off there. They're all taken very low. They're forced away from the site. Gods, Enigma, all team up, get themselves all the kills in the world. That's the ace. I don't think anything can stop this, and that is going to be Luminosity taking the Paul. No! One sneaky Tracer's alive.
Yeah, that was Stoop there. And they were able to secure in the end. So there you go. Yeah, like you said, Luminosity taking the Paul. Now up 2-1 in the series, and Lubris get to choose the next map of the remaining 4. Play of the game. It's got to be Bastion, right? Oh, Seagull playing Pharah. Is it the 4K he got?
Yeah, it's going to be paired with that Graviton Surge, isn't it? Yeah. Spins around, and he gets the 5th as well, just at the end here. Boom. Punch to the face is what concludes it. So, it's a best of 5, ladies and gentlemen. We are 2-1 in favor of Luminosity so far. Lubris putting up a pretty big task, very close. It was 99% on what, twice there on the Sanctuary. So very close to taking it themselves as well. So this is far from over. We'll see what map Lubris are going to choose. Where would you go here? It's got to kind of be a payload unless they go
I thought it was going to be King's Row when Luminosity had choice, but I was wrong there. I don't even want to give a guess. I'm going to just say Dorado for the hell of it. Why not?
Just roll the dice.
It's like 1 out of 3. I mean, there's only...
4.
Well, yeah, but only Hollywood, Dorado, or King's Row is going to be played most likely here. So it's probably Dorado, 33% chance.
This is where they throw Hanamura out and just wreck you again, like Nepal did.
Go ahead, do it. I dare you guys to do it.
Wreck Jason.
I like the new assault mode actually. I like it. It's a lot better than the first iteration of it. Time-make system is really cool to see. I actually can't see how it works on payload when they implement that.
I like it up to the point where you all cap it out and then it's a coin flip to decide who attacks. That's where I'm like, oh.
Well, there's no coin flip for this.
No, I know, but I'm on about in competitive.
Well, I'm talking about now.
Yeah, well, I mean...
No one likes the coin flip. That's what's being changed next season.
It is why it's being changed. But it's only 2 months, guys, so you got to wait. Not too long. Enjoy it while it lasts. Let's see, though. It's a long choice, long discussion. Taking their time, tactically thinking on this one. I mean, you got to look at it, think of what's the weak point of Luminosity that Lubris could try and exploit. And
isn't really a weak point, to be
really
fair.
One. Yeah.
I mean, I guess
the
weak point was Esper before, as Twitch chat will always say, but I don't necessarily agree with that 100%.
They struggled to close out Hollywood yesterday against Selfless. Not Selfless.
Kingdom
Esports, that's it. Kingdom Esports.
We're talking about Luminosity, right?
Yeah, when they Kingdom Esports managed to get Hollywood against them, didn't they? So you think that was...
No. Kingdom didn't win. They tied, if anything.
Yeah, they tied.
Okay.
But as in they were the only team to get a map against them yesterday.
True.
So maybe Hollywood. Of course, they managed to snowball through the Wild West section, didn't they? Long old choice. We wait longer, guys. Be sure to get involved on social media as well while you're watching. You can follow us. Obviously, the Twitters are right there on the screen. But also follow ESL Overwatch. That is the Twitter of ESL. And, of course, we are running the competition. Hello. Yes, that is us. And also, don't forget to follow Play Overwatch, because that is the official Overwatch of Blizzard, and that's where you're going to be seeing the information. We're waiting. We're still waiting. Pooks. I think it's Pook's choice. It's just
no,
it's not Pook's choice. No, Poke. King's Row. Okay, King's Row. So
okay.
All right, no problem, no problem. We saw solid holes coming out of Luminosity yesterday. Of course, if you missed it, you can check out the VODs. They were short games, though. I'll give you those spoilers because they're here in the quarterfinals. So I'm not spoiling too much. But they were very quick games.
Okay, so King's Row. Seagull have a decent time. Gods, I wonder if they can do double Hanzo again. They didn't really struggle with double Hanzo when they did it before, though on Gibraltar they did struggle towards the last point, but that's not when they were using the double Hanzo. We'll see. I mean, Gods can play Widow, he can play a ridiculous Hanzo, and Seagull could always play Pharah. So I'd imagine you might want to play Pharah in the beginning on this point. Depends. They'll actually be attacking first, currently with what we see.
Let's play a game with Twitch chat. Let's play a game with Twitch chat. Let's see. What is your honest rank currently in competitive Overwatch? Honest.
Do you think they're going to be honest?
Rank. I want to see. I would say who's the highest, but we know who's highest. If Tavik's in there, he's going to like. I
don't think they'll be. I don't think they're going to be honest. I think if Twitch chat could solve or could make the cure for cancer by like typing 1 through 10 without doing the same number twice, we would never have a cure for cancer.
No,
because then Twitch chat would die. Hey. Actually, no, Twitch. Yeah. Yeah, that's true.
Where would we be without Twitch chat? That's the beauty.
Probably
of Twitch.
less stressed, probably happier in general in our lives.
Well, you're old enough to remember the previous owned TV that used to exist. With
one that didn't pay out money?
The one didn't pay out money and ended up collapsing, but didn't have Twitch chat. That's where Twitch won out. Was stronger because it had the chat. There you go.
Good
So where would we be without Twitch chat?
Looks like we're about to start this one, kick it off. Kings Row, remember, Luminosity up 2-1. But that's due to a tie. Both teams getting 1 point in the first map. So even if they win this map, it's still technically not over. All they have to do is then tie into the next map if it's another payload map. It's a little confusing, but when we get there, we'll explain it a little bit better.
Yeah.
Just waiting on... There we go. Lubris to ready up.
Teams ready.
Okay, maybe Luminosity to ready up.
Ready. Come on.
And we should be hitting this one.
Luminosity. There we go. Don't you dare typecast us ready. Whew. Okay.
I'm harassing him. So just give it like 20 more seconds and Twitch chat will...
I keep glancing over. I'm waiting for him.
I bet someone will say they're like 1 million, or someone will say they're 69. I don't know. Anyways, it's dropping a game because it's kicking off. It is on Kings Row, and it's with Luminosity defending first.
Kings Row. So, will we see Lubris complete the map? Will we see Luminosity complete the map? Will we see some successful defensive holds? We saw a pretty decent hold, a pretty decent push from teams yesterday. We saw a very long one on, it was Monday, wasn't it? The crazy long.
So Suba versus someone.
Yeah.
Can't remember off the top of my head.
Crazy. But okay. We have no Symmetra on the defense.
There you go. Some people got ranked 1 apparently, which is impossible. 420. Of course, everyone has that rank.
Yep.
100. See, I told you, man. 99.
No, but most of them are actually fairly even. Look at it. It's between 60 and 50.
Everyone,
40 and 60.
Everyone knows Twitch chat's like ranked 90 because they always know it's right and their pro players can never compete with them.
I feel there's a few that are honest in there. Sort of 34 float by. I think there's a couple of 50s and 40s. There's actually quite a few. I saw that one of the admins saying they're 82. Okay, sure, buddy.
That was Fish Sticks, wasn't that?
Was that Fish Sticks?
Yeah, he's definitely not 82. He's been on vacation. There's no way you're 42, bro. Or 82, sorry.
82,
Could be 42. I don't know.
He's on the same skill as IDDQD right now. Yeah, okay, mate. Okay, Ben, sure. We'll see. We'll see when we get to play together. Anyway, let's talk about the games, because Pooks, ladies and gentlemen, is playing Zenyatta.
Huh. Okay. All right. Rob Wiz maybe rubbed off on Pooks a little bit. Playing Zenyatta earlier on today. Bud's going to be playing the Fair, though, on the high ground. And Siegel going to be playing Junkrat at the beginning.
Double Roadhog as well on the attack. They're the only tanks they use along with Stoop. So 3 tanks. Buds is basically going to have to lay down quite a bit of damage around the side. They're going to be reliant on the hooks. Siegel, of course, going to be around the side there, slinging out Riptire ready to go as they try and push on around the side. Whoops. Nope, we'll get there in the end. Nope, okay, let's just forget that. And he's lost it. He's lost it.
Well. Oh, good. Earthshatter comes in, though. Especially with the Orbit Discord, allows him to easily pick up a kill against his counterpart. Stoop, counter revive going to be coming in. Luminosity able to get quite a few people back alive. Endus, though, is going to fall down from this one. The trigger comes in, especially... How do you trigger a Pharah? Buds, you should not be getting caught there, but Gauss gets pulled in onto the point, and that's going to be Enigma trying to hold on while the rest of the team does spawn back in, but this will be Lubris taking the point.
Yeah, great hook there at the end there from Cormat, but... So, a lot of ultis ready and waiting. They could probably try and snowball this through a little bit here. Very good start. Oh, that hook very close from Cormat. He's going to have to back away and join his team. But 4 ultis ready and waiting to go. The Earthshatter's almost there from Stoop as well. So they're going to be very much in charge. And look across. Obviously, a lot of switches coming through. So God's going across to the Pharah. And obviously, Milo and Enigma switching to the Xayah. So double Pharah, double Enigma, I said. Double Xayah defensive setup. coming out. Okay, not sure about that. We'll see how it works out against all these ultis.
Yeah, again, the shield's going to be really strong here for the Pharaohs if you can use them on the Zaryas correctly. Buds with his own barrage. I mean, you look at Lubris, they have so many ultimates online because Luminosity have changed so many of their heroes. Now, this should ideally be a fight that they're going to win, but so far Luminosity have held. And quick as I say that, IDQ is able to pick up a double kill against both the Zaryas. And Lubris is going to keep pushing this payload up.
Well, Seagull gets picked off by Buds there. Actually, Stoop, I think they managed to get the initial finish with the bat. But as you mentioned, with all those ultis ready and waiting to go, with that much switching, it's almost certainly going to be hitting the final payload section.
Well, just also how how kind of one-sided the push has been anyways, even with the double Pharah, double Zarya combo. But now we see Enigma switch over the Reaper. I would imagine Gods is going to be switching momentarily, but maybe wants to get his ult one off to at least have a chance with that one before he does switch. Enigma to the side peeks out, I guess a little bit too early. Has been spotted, being forced to back away. And now Kulmat able to get on the high ground here. Oh, let's say there was a Pharah right behind him. I don't know if he's been spotted.
Seagull, yeah, then. If Seagull knows he's there yet. No, he doesn't. He's not looking. Now he is. Spins across the side there. Kulmat's going to have to Wraith form away from that. Make sure he doesn't get caught out. Whoa, hello. Reinhardt's been caught kind of out of position. He manages to catch Buds mid-air there. Doesn't manage to get the kill down though. IDDQD does hook Pooks out. He gets through around the side there. Stoop gets his ulti down. Kusta does get the resurrect in time. Spin across to Buds. Buds having this jewel still in the air with Seagull, but Seagull's got his ulti ready to go. Now that resurrect has already come through. He could catch them nicely. There is no res to back this up, but Buds catch him mid-air.
And he killed Kusta actually before he did go down too, but now Kulmat, Death Blossom available, trying to actually kill his counterpart. Buds able to secure the kill on Enigma though, as Enigma does take down IDDQD, but Buds will secure a second kill. It's just basically on Gods now and Pooks to hold this point while the payload is still just knocking at their front door.
Gods ultimate doesn't do a great deal. Kulmat flanks around the side. He doesn't do a great deal either because Gods is just simply battering into that shield. It's always working out right now. Milo has his ultimate available. The Graviton Surge, can he fire that out? Maybe pull them in. There's not anything to follow it up. That's the question. This ulti takes so long to charge up. The entire team's still here, ready waiting to push from Lubris. No ultis to follow it on. But finally, it looks like that Luminosity are going to set themselves up. There's the Graviton Surge. Is it going to be enough? There's no follow-up.
There's no one actually hammering away. Seagull, I don't know where he was. Oh, he was dead. He got picked up before the Graviton Surge went in, so they didn't have the rockets from him to clean up the entirety of Lubris. And Lubris are still looking to push this one through. Stoop is going to charge in, but Seagull's going to be able to secure another kill, at least assist onto it. And Buds is still trying to knock him out of the air.
Yeah, Gods has managed to get his ulti back and available. Pretty much saving the day there. Picks off Buds in the air as well. So they back away. 4 minutes 20 to go, but look at the payload. It's practically on the point. That's going to take a long time to rewind itself. And Luminosity going to thank themselves lucky there. That almost backfired horrifically and would have been a very quick finish for Lubris. They're feeling pretty confident right now. Haven't been slowed down once on this map yet.
His tactical advantage is going to be huge out of Gods. Even Seagull's barrage, if he can get it off cleanly. But he doesn't have a Zarya to shield him out, which is going to make things even more difficult as Buds charges straight through. He's looking for Indust. And Kulmat still waiting to use that Death Blossom. But he's been spotted out. He's been charged down, actually. So he's going to fall extremely quickly. And the rest of Lubris are going to have to back off. They've lost, you know, the healer. They've lost Stoop. They've lost Kulmat. They can't fight this one. And Luminosity Gaming should be able to finish these guys off.
Yeah, IDDQD is just trying to heal his way through it. You can't heal that much. So, now we have a switch. Buds is actually switching across to the Winnermaker. Wants to pick out Seagull from the skies. Wants to deal with Gods maybe from range as well. But 5 ultis ready and waiting for Luminosity. 4 ready and waiting. Almost 5 for Lubris. So this is going to be a push out this time around from Luminosity to force them back. Buy themselves some time. But Buds picks Seagull down. So that's 2 dropped, 3 dropped. Kulmat managing to use that ulti as well. He's got ready and waiting to drop. Gets himself up and above. And they've got to be careful they don't get snowballed into the side here. They're going to get closed down. Now let's have a look towards Indus because he could be crucial in this. Is he going to be able to spin in and resurrect? There's only 1 to res right now. I think he's going to delay. No, gets the double. And he manages to get in time, but is it enough?
Oh, he's looking for Seagull, but Seagull went around the side, so he's not able to get away from this, but he's still not killed so far, and Seagull picks up a double. There's a Mercy coming in from the lower half side. Gets the revive. Buds is going to take Seagull down as he falls into the depths of hell, and the rest of Lubris are still dying one by one. It looks like Luminosity should be able to hold this, but the Death Blossom comes in and quickly gets disposed of by Gods.
Whoo, they hold on again. It was all a snowball effect from their attack. They pushed out. of the core area, tried to cause some problems, and then it almost backfired. You saw Seagull going down from buds in the air, and then they just tried to push on quickly to finish the game, but it's backfired, and now we see the magic that is Genji for Seagull. Let's see how this works out.
Yeah, he's trying to actually punish Buds on the Widowmakers. That's why he switched away from that Pharah. He's already built up a lot of ult percent too, and Buds has to be careful of when he comes into him, but looks like we're going to hear a whole lot coming out of IDDQD to push them back, trying to break those shields down. Sunbury comes in defensively, but the Earthshatter lands as well. And Luminosity looking strong. Seagull picks up one, looking for a second, gets Kusta down. That's the Mercy now gone. They're not going to have a revive, even when he's only at 77%. And this will be Luminosity holding again. Don't tell me that they're going to be able to shut Lubris out when they had 4 minutes to finish off this game.
1:33 to go. Seagull's almost certainly going to have Dragon Blade available when the next attack pushes in. They are running out of time. They're going to have about 2 attacks at best. IDDQD switching over now in reaction. Goes over to the McCree. These teams really are very quick at reacting with the hero switches, realizing what is needed, what is required. And everybody in competitive mode, I'm looking at you, take note.
Oh, they're actually pushing straight past. Cool. No, who they push past? Was it Gods? They went straight past and ignored, but either way, IDQ is going to take him down. You can see Seagull switching. Milo has fallen. He had the Earthshatter available, but he didn't have an opportunity to use it, and the defense, or the offensive revive going to come in out of Custa. Not necessarily a bad choice. The Luminosity are extremely close to losing on this.
Seagull pops the ulti, goes in for the healer. That's Custa getting dropped out, and they hold along. 30 seconds to go here for Lubris to complete this map. They had 6 minutes in this section to just push on through, but it wasn't possible. Coolmat gets taken down. They're getting wiped out here. 20 seconds. They need to regroup, and they need to do it fast.
I can't stress how important it is that they finish this map, which can force a minimum of a tie for them. If they're down 3-1, they could lose in the next, but they have 4 ultimates to use. They had some key ones. Deadeye available for IDDQD. Comes down to Seagull with the Reflect to potentially shut him down, or maybe some good shields, but Custa's been taken down as they go for the engage here, and now they're in overtime without a healer.
And Seagull gets around the back. That was IDDQD trying to use his ulti. That surely is time. I don't think they're going to have anything to come back into this. As you mentioned, Indus doesn't, doesn't have the ultimate available. Gods gets himself a triple. He cleans up with the tactical visor, and that point has been cleared. Overtime is going to trickle away. And well, a big fat 0 for Lubris here on King's Road. Now they have to defend and do better.
Well, they still can win.
Luminosity, they can still win. They got it right up to the point, but it backed up a fair amount before then. So it was about 10 meters away from the point.
It's maximum distance.
Yeah.
It's maximum distance. So they're at 64.81 meters, which is like 16 short of finishing. 16 meters.
Up there, yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty much, yeah, exactly. So now Luminosity, they basically have to finish the game to be up 3-1. And then if we go to another payload map after that, and Luminosity just finishes the map, no matter what, they'll have secured a victory. Yeah. So a lot of pressure here on Lubris to not go down 3-1.
Whew. So what are you going to do? That's the question. Where are they going to go with this? Kusta going to be on Mercy no matter what happens. I'm pretty certain of that. And I expect to see Stoop on Reinhardt. But it's these guys I'm interested in. Buds will be on Farah. IDDQD is going to be on the Reaper. Coolmat will be on Roadhog. And Vonathil, of course, on Lucio. Now attack. What are they going to stick with? Is Enigma going to get himself some vision? Remember yesterday? Enigma got that pot shot onto the Soldier 76 on high. Don't think we're going to be seeing that this time around. Seagull looks like he's going to stick to the Genji. You know what? Worked. And Milo probably going to switch off. Pretty sure he's going to Reinhardt.
Hello.
No, I mean, he might not go Milo. He might go Zarya. We have seen them use the Zarya, but look at this, the respect. We're not seeing the double Hanzos.
Yeah, I think they know they're up against a little bit of a tougher team here. Milo, he's probably going to switch to Zarya here. Oh. So they have a quad tank setup.
Triple Zarya.
A 5-man tank setup.
Oh. Well, you know, maybe I was wrong. Maybe
they're going to
try.
They're going to swarm the point.
Like so we saw Anox using triple Zarya, didn't we?
Yeah, but not triple Zarya 2 Winstons.
No.
This is going to be really hard for Lubris to hold, actually, because of the amount of shields you have out of 3 Zaryas, plus the shields out of the Winstons, and not to mention Zaryas can regen shield after not being hit for a certain amount of time, and Pook's there to make him extra fast to push in. the 5 tank setup is going to be hard to beat.
Well, he gets Indus down. That's the important one. That's, ironically, Indus playing one of the Winstons, ordinarily, obviously, the Mercy. And it's going to be defended so far, at least. Seagull will get picked off. His shield's not going to hold much longer, so they didn't have too much success. They managed to get a couple of kills in there. But Gods will get dealt with eventually by Buds. Eventually, there we go. So they didn't get anything from that. They're forced to back away. And more importantly, Kusta's got that big Resurrect ulti charge now ready to go.
Yeah, but look at the ult percents that Luminosity has. You have Gods with Primal Rage. You have Seagull and Milo both above 50% on their ultimates. And Pooks is about to have Sound Bear. This is where things get really dangerous. I think they want to semi-cheese this point, but it's going to work out really well because of the Graviton Surges and the amount of charge they can get on these Zaryas.
Well, pumping away, 69% and counting for Seagull. Gods, of course, has Primal Rage ready and waiting to go. Pooks has got Sound Barrier. That's going to be the go sign as they push onto the mate. Kusta's been caught out. Indus managed to close him down. Now, IDDQD has got himself his Death Blossom, but he doesn't do a great deal with it. There's the Primal Rage coming out. Seagull's got himself another kill around the side there. He pushes in. Graviton Surges are now all stacking up as well. They're going to beam themselves down onto Stoop, but with Kusta down, he's a long way from the point. He's desperately trying to run in there, but he's not going to get it in time to get the Resurrects. It's only one. That's all he can go. Oh, and they're straight on him. He just panicked and clicked it.
It got used, but who? So he got Vonethil up, it looks like? Maybe IDDQD too, but now my question is, are they going to keep these heroes? Because they have 2 Graviton Surges with a 3rd one on the way. They have Indus momentarily with the Primal Rage, and they have Sound Bear almost again. I think they might just keep this one, at least use the ultimates here at the choke point, because with 70% charge, he's going to be hitting like a truck here, Seagull. Oh, this Graviton Surge is going to be deadly. Oh my lord.
He manages to get taken down at least.
No, he got charged, but he shielded himself.
Oh, he still survived.
So he didn't die.
Oh, wow. I was ready to switch off. I did switch off. I was expecting to go to Milo. I was expecting to see the same coming out from him, to be honest. 73, 80, 100. It's a big charge.
They have another Graviton Surge, though. 2 of them, actually. Milo and Enigma together. I'm waiting to see them actually use it. Probably waiting for a little bit of energy themselves. And Inda switched over to Mercy. So they're keeping 4 tanks, but they're running a Mercy and a Lucio. And with McCree being nerfed, tanks are reigning supreme. It's like League of Legends all over again when tanks became so damn strong, and they're going to go for it again.
Well, they're just going to walk around the back. He's got 50 charge, still going to do quite a lot of damage. Lucio's just going to get burst down. Does finally survive because he's getting healed up by the Mercy, but it's kind of behind enemy lines right now, Seagull. IDDQD, who switched over to the Bastion, worked well, and that's how you deal with all the tanks. Get yourself a Bastion.
Yeah, they're starting to switch Gods over into Pharah. So Seagull has Graviton Surge as well as Milo, so I know he'll switched away, so he'll throw away the Graviton Surge to go towards Genji. Now IDDQD is just looking for a position that he can sit in to not be flanked, because he knows that Genji's on the way. But they still have Graviton Surge for Milo. I feel like if he hits, onto 3 people, with Gods raining in rockets from the top, it could be deadly.
Yeah, he almost took Gods straight down there. Quickly had to dash back around. Flanks around, spin across to Gods. Actually, let's go back to IDDQD because he's just popped the ultimate. He's going to find Indust in the air. Doesn't manage to land the shots though. Isn't going to be able to get alive. There's Xayah shields saving his life, and nothing coming out of IDDQD's ulti there.
Is that Milo behind them? They had a Zarya behind them, but I think it was actually Enigma. But this matter, the Graviton Surge is going to come through. The Earthshatter going to be used to counter them though, and it looks like Lubris with that Earthshatter alone has been able to counter. Stoop, well played by him. You still have Seagull in towards the back trying to kill them, but he will fall. As Buds and IDDQD pair together to pick up 3 kills. Indus is going to get the revive to his team. Problem is, they don't have anything to work with after it.
Yeah, they're going to have to deal with the IDDQD on Bastion, who picks them off as soon as they come around that corner once again. Buds comes in to clean up. So Buds is going to have his ulti available, and that's just dirty. IDDQD sitting yourself up on that backing up payload.
Enigma trying to actually rush down.
Yeah.
Or trying to actually have Cool Matt rush him down. He ends up dying.
220. Still
yeah,
a good hold.
But this is where it gets deadly though, is the Barrage and the Dragon Blade paired with Enigma in a second to have Graviton Surge. And the way Lubris has been playing is really grouped up to protect the Bastion. So if they get too grouped up, then Luminosity should be able to steamroll them in the fight.
Well, Seagull does have Dragon Blade available. He could also certainly deal with that Bastion if he can get close enough. IDDQD himself has the ulti. Hello, are you going to, acknowledge the fact that
Actually pushing from the right side.
They are trying to push around. That's going to be God's trying to get that barrage in position. Where's IDDQD positioned? Okay, he's around the corner. So they're just going to let them come around this corner and then just let rip.
Okay, well, they know where he is now. And then there's a Reaper behind that. I think that's going to be Buds. He's got ultimate. Yeah, Buds is going to fall. They're going to lose a major ultimate to this one. They do have Revive out of Custa. And now they're looking for a cool mat. I think IDDQD's transition places yet again, but he's not set up, and he gets pulled in the Graviton Surge, uses his tank mode, but what's he going to accomplish? Nothing, because Goss takes him down.
Yeah, Gods gets himself a good ulti on top of them there. Gets the rockets down. Buds, as you mentioned early on, did have that ulti available along with Coolmat. IDDQD still alive, still shielded up, and still managing to keep him away and picks off Gods. Coolmat's ulti does the work as well around the side, and everybody gets dropped. 58 seconds, Jason. This payload is not going anywhere.
Luminosity, they might actually be getting tied up here by Lubris if they can just hold on. They just have to finish the game and they'll pick up this victory, but yet, Lubris somehow have been able to maintain this. Now God switching to Hanzo. Enigma switching to Tracer, and Seagull staying on the Genji. They're running one tank, but they're trying to figure out a way to deal with IDDQD, who's just been transitioning positions so perfectly, they haven't been able to get the real catch on him. They've only done it once, and that was just the use of Barrage, where he ended up getting revived anyways.
There's nothing working that shield down. This is going to take Milo forever to work that down. He is keeping the payload moving though, so he's going to push it around the corner. IDDQD, where are you set up? He's got himself a high ground, takes Enigma around the second he comes around the corner. There's only 12 seconds on the clock. That is the quick flank going down. We're going to have to look across towards Gods. Gods is trying to get something from above, but Buds has picked himself up the double. Milo and Pooks goes down. He's got to touch the payload, like you say. Just needs to jump on it, but as soon as he comes around the corner, IDDQD is there. He takes Indus down. No resurrects coming through. Milo, the last man standing, is miles away. Enigma touching what he can, doing anything. But ladies and gentlemen, this looks like Lubris are going to be taking King's Row, despite the fact they didn't close it out.
Not over yet. That's still in overtime.
There's no way they're going to be able to keep this alive, other than the fact that Gods just keep popping in now. Pooks and Milo gets taken down. Indus is going to get the res in there. There's the resurrect. Is it enough? That's the question, because the IDDQD still holding the perfect angle. Nobody challenging him. He switches to ulti, pops out the shots again, and they continue to work them down. Now, the only problem here is if they make the mistake and lose their position, but Seagull gets picked off, and it is just going to be Gods that is left alive, and that is going to be overtime all over. Lubris take King's Row. We're tied back up. It's 3 apiece. 2 apiece.
Yeah, 2 apiece, but still, both teams picking up a game. Seagull going to get play of the game for this. And they got shut down by Lubris. IDDQD's Bastion was just the linchpin of that entire defense out of Lubris, and yet they still were unable to deal with him. Seagull just couldn't get into the backlines to harass him. Every time Gods tried to, playing the Pharah, he got shot out of the sky. They just did not have a way, an answer for that man. Or a robot, whatever you want to call him.
So, now we're in a really precarious situation, because we've already had Nepal. And so that means the one that you generally fall back on to switch things up. Now we could just have a tie series again.
So we have Dorado, King's Row, and Hanamura left.
Dorado, Hollywood, and Hanamura, yeah.
Yeah, those 3.
Yeah, Dorado is going to be the choice. No messing, straight into it. So Enigma calls it. So
Dorado.
Wow.
Did not expect that, actually. Once Lubris got held, I was like, okay, Luminosity is going to be up 3-1.
Well, and they took the first capture point very quickly, got the payload going with plenty of time. And remember, they had that stack of ultis as well, but as you mentioned, with the Bastion change from IDDQD, God help competitive mode right now, it's getting Bastions flooded into it. I saw IDDQD do it. He's the #2 player in the world. I'm not sure that's how people talk, but
I'm sure there's some people out there that talk like that.
Maybe in England, but we are ready. What color you want? Green, please, IDDQD. It's blue, technically. It's a shade. I guess it's between.
Maybe he's colorblind.
Maybe
it's green for him.
Maybe they just went in to discuss it and they're going to the bathroom. Okay.
IDDQD, you're killing me, man.
Yeah, man. It's a tense moment for them. They're
we don't get bathroom breaks
on the Gatorade and ready to get themselves in there. Hey,
I know, that's definitely not what he's drinking.
I don't know what they could be drinking either way. Yeah, late night. As I said, Jason, it's going to be a long one tonight.
It's okay.
We've seen some cracking games. Envious, if you missed it in the first game of the day against Selfless, that was a pretty dominant performance. That was not a close game. But then we moved on to a cracker between Gale Force Esports and Northern Gaming Red. Gale Force Esports came out on top, after going the entire series and then the tiebreaker. And still that went all 3 maps on the tiebreaker as well. We could have the same right here, judging by the way this is going. So Dorado will be the next map. Of course, we can talk about the choke points that you have in there. Standard first point, fairly easy. Most teams generally get past that one. The Church has seen a couple of teams fall at them. And more importantly, when you move into the final section. My God, there's somebody in the studio. What are you doing alive?
He's not wearing shorts.
Go to bed, Graham. You're running a different show. You're not running Overwatch. You're running Counter-Strike. We don't want no Counter-Strike. Good night, mate. Yes, it's hot and it's, I don't know. I was about to say hot and heavy in here, but it's not hot and heavy because there's 2 dudes in a cupboard basically.
The hands are up here.
Hands up. It's a long night, guys. It's a long night. That's all I got. That's all I got. It's 2 a.m. We got another best of 5 for us gamers, right? Yeah, we got 2 more maps minimum to go in this one, and then another best of 5.
It's Cloud9 versus Team Liquid.
Yeah, apologies, Cloud9 and Team Liquid. Your game might be starting a little bit late tonight. Well, it'd be fine for them. It'd be evening games for them.
Yeah, exactly. And of course, if you guys are European and you want to participate, or even North American, just head over to play.eslgaming.com and navigate over to the Overwatch section, and you can sign up to play in the next 3 qualifiers for both regions. You can only play in one of them, obviously, when you do sign up. So you can do that. You can also follow the Twitch channel. I do the spiel every time. You can follow this Twitch channel. If we do any Overwatch casting here at ESL, it's always going to be here. When we do the final regional qualifiers, it's going to be in the beginning of August and done here. And, of course, the main event done on the 20th and 21st of August at Gamescom.
So we're going to have 2 more maps regardless. Dorado obviously being one of them. Wonder what the next one would be. It's probably going to be a payload map. Hollywood, I would guess. I doubt if they're going to go to throw it to Hanamura for the finish. I think we're going to go Ilios. I think we're seeing Ilios now. Unless, I think Dorado's the one that could see a team take a point. I think this is because this has obviously got the harder choke point than Hollywood, I would say. Arguably, with the high ground
I think you have to gauge Seagulls or Gods up against Buds. Who's the better fares? And I want to say Seagull. Then Seagull can always transition to Genji in that situation. So I want to say Hollywood is a map that they should ideally be able to win on. Dorado might be a little bit more difficult. I don't know. I like the way Lubris held. Just like the fact of, like, let me throw a random Bastion at you and see what you can do. And we'll just saw Luminosity didn't really have a response to it. So we'll see. Dorado's a little bit more open to like a Bastion. I think Hollywood's not really a map that's kind of shown that you can play Bastion easily on, defensive or offensive. We'll see though.
Yeah, I mean, I think this is showing that Lubris have stepped up over the last month. Luminosity obviously are considered probably a top 3 team currently. Obviously, you're thinking obviously Envious, Cloud9, and then probably Luminosity.
Yeah, I think at the moment we can consider that. I think things are slowly maybe changing, though. I mean, see Northern Gaming Red beat Cloud9 was a surprise, to be fair. But yeah, definitely top 3. And, well, there's still even Team Liquid in there. They still have, a strong top 8 core of teams. Apparently one's in the bathroom still. So it's not IDQD. It's still not Nubris in the bathroom this time. Trust me, guys. We don't want to sit on camera any longer than you want us to be on camera. We actually want to get in the game, but unfortunately, it's out of our hands. If they have to pee, they have to pee. Or if you're Mendo, if you have to puke, you have to puke.
Yeah, food poisoning for Mendo yesterday, sadly. Hope he recovers. Hope he's at home watching this and thinking, should have been me. Should have been me. Well, they'd have been up against an NV, actually. They were in a horrible bracket, but they'll probably have a better seeding for the next tournament. Of course, that's going to be starting on Monday for Europe and Wednesday for North America. Are you guys at home watching right now? Probably predominantly North American fans. We're still waiting for, as you mentioned, one of the Lubris players to get themselves ready. All right. Well, sooner or later, they'll be there. What can we talk about, Jason? What can we talk about? We could talk about the fact that it's Friday.
No. Let's not talk about that. Oh, we could talk about the teaser that Blizzard put out. The new gun they showed.
I thought you were going to talk about the new hero, which is coming out, which they're going to talk about unveil at Comic-Con.
Yeah.
It's 21st of July.
Well, no. Is it unveiling or is it giving more information? Because what I read was more information. Which would be interesting.
Are they going to leave the unveiling
but
for
apparently
Gamescom,
it's like
maybe?
Well, people are speculating it's a healer sniper.
Yeah, with the gun.
So it's a support sniper.
Yeah. That'd be quite cool.
So do you shoot people to heal them? Because that'd be really difficult.
So actually, when I first played, right, way back in beta, when I was first had no clue what was happening, I thought that's actually how it worked with Lucio. Because obviously, you play Mercy, and Mercy beams.
Oh my god, I can imagine you running around shooting
Lucio,
your own
he was
teammates.
just like, it's not doing anything.
Oh my god.
And
To
then
be
you're like,
fair, that's
wait.
reasonable.
Because the thing is, when you're doing it, it's also ticking up saying heal, heal, heal. So you're like, is this, am I actually, I don't understand the mechanic right now.
To be fair, when I first played at Gamescom last year, practically a year ago,
yeah.
I thought Reaper, his Wraith form, you turn invisible. Because when I use it in game, people
how can they see where I'm going?
No.
Yeah.
It's the opposite. When I did it, people actually like stopped looking at me. I'm like, wait, what? Am I invisible? And then I found out you're not. I found out the hard way.
Yeah.
But no, yeah.
How does he know I'm here?
Yeah.
How is it possible? Yeah. Oh, well.
That was my big oops, I think.
Enigma's still saying there's someone in the bathroom. Someone's pooping right now. Someone is pooping. That's for sure. There is.
This reminds me of something on Parks and Recs, actually, where Chris Pratt had an outtake for a certain clip. Please tell me you know this.
I have no idea. I've never even heard that.
It's like a marker.
I know Chris
It's
Pratt.
like a Sharpie.
Yeah, I know.
It's like he's wiping him with a Sharpie.
Oh, ow. Okay.
Ow! What? You don't get it. You don't get. You don't know. You
Wiping
didn't
with a
see it.
Sharpie, as in like literally the only Sharpie I know is the pen. That's a Sharpie to me that you autograph things with.
Chat. Give chat. I don't want to say it because
Americans.
Blizzard's watching and I don't get in trouble, but
Okay.
it's on the line.
Why did you even bring it up then? If you say I can't say it, it's like what's the point? In
I'm
bringing
struggling,
it up?
man.
Where
It's
you going?
2 a.m. here and we're waiting for Lubris to come back from the bathroom. And you know I'm not very good at keeping the show on track. I go off track really easily. It's now 2, so my mind's going.
The brain starts to go elsewhere. Yeah. It's been 5 minutes.
Now they're ready.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank God. So.
No,
They're not
ready. Enigma. It's So who is it? Who do we think? Who do we think's gone? So it's not Enigma. Enigma's here.
IDDQD.
No, IDDQD is not.
You went to the bathroom.
Yeah,
earlier.
but it's Enigma saying they're not ready. So it's somebody on.
Oh, it's Enigma.
Luminosity.
It's definitely Seagull.
Seagull's pooping.
He's got some cars to go poop on. Damn birds.
Isn't he got a scooter or something, or something like that? He got a scooter or something like that. Yeah.
He did?
Yeah. I know why. I'm sure he's getting quite a bit of money from Twitch these days.
Maybe it's like a Porsche or it's like a
Porsche
Bentley scooter. Something like that.
Harley scooter, custom made poop scooter. But either way, or maybe it's I don't know. Maybe it's Pooks.
Now who's the off-track one here? Could always head to a break if you want.
No.
If you really want to.
No, we love filling. We love filling. Let's talk about the ride.
They're ready. They're ready.
Yes. Okay, I want to talk about the fact, are they going to go with the double Hanzo double?
No.
The Dragon Surge.
No, there's no way they're going to do that. There's just no reason to. I think they're up against better teams. Now we're waiting for Lubris to say they're ready so we can start. Okay, they're ready. We're going. Yes, we're in the game. Let's get the hell off the camera. Let's get into the... Oh, God. Chat caught up.
They didn't answer me who was pooping.
Yeah, we don't need to know, to be fair.
It's good to know. Good to talk. All right, guys, let's get on the screen. Let's get into it. Let's get off the screen even. So.
Chat caught up to it. They found it. They knew where it is. It's a Sharpie or a marker. Either way.
A Sharpie, yeah, the marker, as in, that's the only thing I know it as.
I don't remember what he says the joke, if it's a marker or it's a Sharpie, but they got it. They got it.
All right, great.
So, Dorado. Oh. Wait, what?
Oh, they switched teams and
They're switching sides on me.
switched teams to catch you off. Bum, 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 bum. You gonna do it in dust?
I'm ready to kill.
I don't know what Chuni's trying to do, but it's not working. Wow, okay. IDDQD is on the Widowmaker. ladies and gentlemen. He's going to be on the defensive position. We haven't seen this for
Thank you.
quite a while, actually, on the defensive side here. Stoop will be on Reinhardt. Kuster, of course, on Mercy. Buds will be on Junkrat. We're going to have Reaper for Cool Matt. And Vonathil will be on Symmetra. Meanwhile, on the attacking side, we will be seeing the double Hanzos, but no double Zarya to go with it. Enigma will be playing instead on the Roadhog. And it will be, of course, Seagull and Gods once again on the Hanzos.
Okay, so I think they're fairly comfortable on Dorado playing the double Hanzo, and we've seen the amount of shots that Gods can hit on Hanzo, most importantly. Ooh. Oh. There's some decent damage in there. Stoop getting ticked down just a little bit here, but the Junkrat, picked up by Buds, is actually taking away a lot of positioning that Gods can take.
Spin across the Seagull. He's just managed to hit a shot. He's got the Ricochet ready to go as well. He wants to fire it just into the room there. Oh, nice. Of course, he had the vision as well, and Buds just gets picked off around the side. Meanwhile, IDDQD had done the same. He took Gods down, so he was the first blood. First man to go. Let's have a look back across to IDDQD, obviously holding the high ground, managing to land the shot onto the side. Seagull just keeps on peeking around the side. He catches him, but he doesn't get the kill, of course, because there is the heal coming from behind from Indus. And Gods, ladies and gentlemen, is switching to Widow. We're going to have a Widow off.
Yeah, but IDDQD is the one with Infosight, so he knows exactly when God's going to peak. But it's born off by now, and they still have the Sonic Arrow available to them with Seagull. But they're actually being held off pretty well here. 2 minutes and 45 seconds left to go, and it looks like they need to change the angle they want to push in for. They finally do spot IDDQD, but I don't think he's going to actually give him an angle to be shot from.
I'd be surprised if he pops out there. Seagull's head's getting ever so close. Woo! You heard the shot ricochet past as he managed to take that little peek. I do love seeing these battles between these top Widowmakers. It is always quality to see. I'll keep my eye on the payload as well, guys. As I say, it's not making too much distance. Riptide has been popped. We're going to try and pour through, but that didn't manage to catch through. Now they're going to try and push up. Try and see if they can force them back. Seagull has been forced back. Has that Dragon Strike ready and waiting to go. It's going to hold it at the moment. Milo still quite a way off getting that Graviton Surge.
Well, he hasn't been able to hit anyone because the shield's been up for the majority of the time. Stoop's been actually denying him quite a bit of ult percent here. You're seeing Seagull start to finally move up, takes away the steel trap. The teleport going to be coming in, and I believe that was Enigma who just spotted out too, looking for the kill onto it. But now it's being forced back by Komat, trying to protect it. But Seagull picks up a double, and most importantly, he takes down both supports.
Well, teleport is still there, so he kind of has to protect it right now, Coolmat. Instead, he's going to try and work his way around. It's already gone. Seagull managed to pick it off that. So now Coolmat is going to be on his own. He needs to try and push in. Is he going to go for the ulti? He will. Only gets the single kill on Seagull. Maybe worth for some, but not this time around in a team match. And Indus manages to fly himself in there and get the instant resurrect. And now it is going to be countered. Both resis going through.
Monathil gets taken down by Seagull with a headshot. The shield's going to be up to mitigate a lot of damage, but they see the Reaper coming in from the side. Gets the headshot and the melee in the face. Seagull pick up 2 quick kills here on the Hans. We're looking to push them back, help the assist onto the third, and we're going to see this checkpoint taken.
Yeah, beautiful stuff. He's going to get up and join Gods up on high. Payload will reach its marker. 3 minutes, 57 seconds, and counting. As Seagull has the Dragon Strike available, gets the vision available for everybody to see how the high ground is going to work out. We have some switchovers going here. IDDQD going to switch over to the McCree this time around, and we have a double Winston.
Yeah, so it looks like they want to try to jump on top of Seagull. But the thing is, they're locked into this position with the Dragon Strike coming across, but not able to do too much because he's used just a tad bit too late, and they're able to get the distance they needed to just jump off the high side. But there we go. Seagull going to be changing over to the Fair, most likely. No, going Roadhog, actually. Okay. I was expecting maybe a Fair to be used here for that high ground control, but it looks like they want to get the hooks in.
Well, while that was happening, while he was backing away to switch off, the rest of the team from Lubris decides to push up. Enigma gets picked off from IDDQD, and that is going to be a successful hold. That's whittled down a minute of the time, and they've yet to get even around the first dog leg of the church.
Yeah, Buds, he has actually positioned himself in a way that he can't get on the high ground above him. He wants to be more on the ground, which is really interesting, and IDDQD is actually going to be the man hit scan player up towards top. Gods catching up Buds overextended.
Yeah.
And now he's looking for the second thing is a Mercy on IDDQD that are being healed, or at least healing him, which is going to make it really hard for him to take him down 1v1. And then the Reaper will be back in. So Stoop, no Earth Shudder available for him. And IDDQD is waiting to use his own Deadeye.
Gotta be careful he doesn't get hooked. We can see he's sticking far away. Oh, he's getting flanked by Gods though, so he has to deal with Gods now. Has to instead give up his position, maybe try and flank around the side. Gods now with the higher position. Is he going to be expecting the push? Oh, he's managed to catch out one around the side there. I think that was Buds he was putting the damage down on. Switching back to that Widowmaker. Gods on 4 health. Will get finally taken down. Switching back across. The Resurrect comes through, but IDDQD has that ultimate ready and waiting to go. The Deadeye. Gods will definitely go down to this. Who else will fall with it? Nobody else, but the big damage hit on towards the...
Yeah, Seagull getting actually flashbanged up there. Poop's just trying to stall for as much time as he possibly can, but IDQD really showing his stuff here with his aim. But the fact is that Luminosity have more than enough men on this payload to continue to push it. Even Buds on the Widowmaker is not really going to provide much here. He's going to have to maybe switch away or play super far back on the point. And now Luminosity are 1 point away from scoring a minimum of a tie.
Yeah, honestly, I'm not convinced by Widowmaker on the defense on that point there. Suddenly everyone's going, Reapers! We need Reapers! And they switch to 3 of them. Okay, Bud's like, oh, okay, I'll go farther then, fine if I must. But this is where they need to capture the high ground. But they've got 3 minutes to keep on pushing through. Now, it's in that dangerous section. As soon as that door closes down, you can get pushed by the defensive team and forced back out the door. And that's kind of what they're trying to do right now. Seagull made the change as well. He went over to the far as well.
He's going to be bowing out for the high ground. Except Lubris. Bud's already taking a lot of chip damage here, and Seagulls actually has his number. The thing is, the ground surge used towards the right side. He's looking for some easy damage in, but he only hits 1 shot. That's on a cool map, but that's going to be a Reaper now down. He knows there's a second one, and that little bit of a cubby hole, as he does push up to come in for a little bit more of some aerial support. And Gods is being forced to stick in here. Problem is now, he gets the high ground advantage. He has to just fire away, and he even might have a free Mercy for his troubles.
Oh, he's getting a lot of damage onto Mercy. Now he manages to pop the tactical visor, but he got booped off straight away there. Finds himself IDDQD down the side. He manages to get a lot of shots on towards the Tracer as well, but can't finish off Coolman. Will get taken down. Gets resurrected back in there. Spin across the Seagull because he has Barrage ready and waiting to go. Don't think he's going to use it this time around. Or maybe he just will. And gets a little bit of vengeance on IDDQD as they keep on pushing with the sound barrier.
And Krusta's dead. No revive because he already used it before. It's just on Buds and Coolman. He's going to switch over to a Diva. They're going to look to stall as long as they can. Luminosity are on the cusp, but closing out this half. And there's the first Diva coming through. Krusta's going to be using 1-2. Seagull shouldn't really honestly be attacked too much from this position, so he should have a barrage up again, relatively soon.
2 minutes to go. They got to hold off the point here. Earth Shatter comes down. Buds gets himself some airtime. He can't deal with Seagull, so now has to back away. He's got Barrage ready and waiting to go, but at the moment he have to more worry about the fact that Seagull is still holding the higher ground. Gods has been put back in. Enigma's not with them. Indus doesn't have the Resurrect, and this attack is so far being defended, they're going to have to back away with 1:25 on the clock.
So Luminosity again struggling to finish a map up against Lubris, let alone capture checkpoints like on King's Road just prior. But he's got the Barrage this time. They do have a res for Indus who can hide right under this platform. And Buds needs to win out this duel. He's just really far pushed up for this one. And Gods is trying to assist Seagull here to make sure that they guarantee that kill. And Coolman still stick with the Diva to maybe mitigate this Barrage.
Tried to get the rockets mid-air there, Gods. Didn't work out for him. Keep our eyes on those 2 big barrages. Of course, God's continuing to try and pick him off. Tactical visors available. He's going to pop it. He wants to try and pick off those aerial targets. See if he can't work out for them. The Mercy's the ideal, but Afara straight to his face. Manages to get around the side, but Seagull responds with his own ultimate there. Manages to get him down, but they're all picked off. Indus gets the Resurrect through, but not before Seagull was re-killed. Enigma back in. He's got a flank around them at the moment. Comes around the side there. He's going to go on towards the Lucio. That's going to be Vonathil taken down, and now they're going to have to get the Diva spam to try and keep this point alive.
And Custom was killed in that fight. He had the res available, but he didn't get to use it because Seagull killed him. And Luminosity will be able to complete. They score a minimum of 1 point. Now it's up to them to hold Lubris back. If they secure this, if they actually prevent Lubris from finishing, we still have to go to 1 more map.
Whew. Well, we have to go to 1 more map regardless, don't we?
Yep.
The way it's going. So, Lubris. You have to close the map out, boys. That is how it's going to work. Otherwise, you could tie out the next map and Luminosity would take it. And that's not how you want to go. That's not the way you want to finish. But it took Luminosity some time to A, take the first point, and then B, get past the church. Actually, they got past the church fairly quickly. They had a 3-minute delay there. But then they didn't really hang around in that last point. They kind of just snuck on through, slipped through, managed to catch a couple of decent ulti combos. Obviously, we saw the Graviton Surge. That didn't work well. So there was quite a few misplays, but they managed to get away with it.
Yeah. The thing is, in a best of 5, I guess you're allowed to get away with some mistakes, but with how close this game is, those small little things can come back to bite you. 100%. So, looks like Pook's going to be playing Symmetra here for the teleporter. Seagull, of course, going to be on Junkrat. God's going to be playing Soldier. So, no sniper for them, but they're not up against one themselves anyways, so no real big pressure for them. No Hanzos, I guess, for them to fight out on, and definitely no Widowmakers. But they were going for something pretty standard. They have double Roadhog, which they might need to switch up a little bit, unless Stoop switches over to Reinhardt to provide some cover to allow those Roadhogs to be successful.
All right, let's see how it works out, Enigma. So 3 hogs on the map. Who is going to be the better hog? There's a lovely picture. I love getting the spray paint in the picture. Feels like you're part of it. The hog in the fields. Happy hog rolling in the mud. Buds on the far out. Going to be pivotal in this attack, I feel. Got to try and get around, get some damage down, try and clear out all those Symmetra turrets, of course, and delay Pooks getting that teleport down. He's going to be the man that's going to be able to find it. There is nobody else to sneak in and get the back door in.
He hasn't really hit any of the orbs either. He's only at 22%, which is standard at this time. Let's get 40% though off of that. So there you go. So he's about halfway there. And with how long this fight looks like it's going to be, he's going to have more than enough opportunity to get his ultimate up. So they have that teleporter. Oh, they're actually trying to push up right side here. This is actually perfect for Seagull. He can spam them down so hard if they continue to push him from this direction. As long as he doesn't die here to Buds though. Or get hooked in.
Yeah, my IDQD worked out though, managed to launch him backwards. Buds continues to try and land some of those rockets, but not very successful. You can see that ult charge taking a while to come up. There's going to be the big Earth Shatter coming down. The Resurrect comes through from Kusta. He's going to get everyone back alive. Of course, Indus does have the res ready and waiting to go. There's going to be Tactical Visor coming out from Gods. He's sitting at range. Indus gets himself close. Will get the Resurrect through. Gods continues to work them down as well. So this defense will hold successful here. And Kusta will get picked off in the back lines as they try and escape.
Yeah, Pooks will hold on to the teleporter and just put it down now. So they can make sure to protect it here. Great res by Indust yet again. So Luminosity, the whole 2 minutes and 29 seconds left to go here on this first point. Lubris, they need to finish to prevent themselves from being one map away from being knocked out.
No adjustments.
No
yeah,
that's what I was looking for. So any changes here. IDQD and Cool more than happy to stick to the Roadhog. Stoop. It's just hard for him to keep his shield up against a Soldier, up against a Symmetra, up against a Junkrat. And you need that shield up to protect your Roadhogs, who can just feed over ultimates extremely quickly. And also, we need to see some hooks land. Actually, I take that back. The hooks have landed. The problem is they haven't been able to kill the targets they've hooked because Seagull escaped. I think that was Indus that escaped, if I'm not mistaken. But here we go. Bird Tire's coming in. Soundbarrier used to keep them extra healthy, and Seagull's just waiting on this one. He's delaying as long as he can.
Wants to go for Kusta! Touchdown.
And Kusta had res. He had res, but he got singled out.
Yeah, I knew exactly where he was going to be hiding around the back there. That's all he needed. Single snipe. Poor Kusta. So, delayed once again. 1:26 on the clock. They haven't hit the first point yet, Buds. The thing with Buds, right, he doesn't have anybody distracting. So they're kind of like this big meat shield that's going to come up the front. So every time he tries to flank up, get up and over, try and get himself in a position for the barrage, it's easy to spot him. Gods is just like, thank you very much. I see you up there. I'll continue to work away. And look at Gods' position. Sitting deep, sitting back, watching for that Farah, keeping his eyes on the skies and making sure they don't get that flank in. And it's pretty easy for them to hold at the moment.
Well, they have less than a minute, so they have to make something happen now. This barrage available for Buds. He has nothing to protect him, in particular like a Zarya to shield him up. So it's going to be very dangerous for him to use it, especially with Gods attacking him. But Gods already low on HP. Gods actually might fall, but he's getting healed up by Indus. The barrage going to come in, pick up 2.
Doesn't get
Indus. Third. And doesn't get Indus in particular. They also still have teleporter available. And Indus is going to be able to get away here to actually be safe with Seagull. 30 seconds left. This is basically the last push of the Lubris. They're going to have maybe one more to go after this, but it's going to be really sketchy.
Well, he's got 4 players still in and around here, trying to keep that payload moving. Nobody's on it right now. Now they've gone onto the payload, so they didn't really pick up too many kills. And the time this has taken to clear out this payload, it means that they're all going to be respawning, all going to be getting back into point. And this is going to be straight up down to a 4v4, but the problem is they're going to be overtime now. They have to hit this marker.
And Indus has res too. As long as he stays alive here, they still have teleporter, I think, unless it was just taken down. And Indus will get their res back up, so Luminosity can be able to fight with an extra couple of people. But there's the defensive revive. Lubris fighting with the entire team.
No.
Riptide's going to come in, take down one, and Seagull himself. But you can even see Custa just trying to hold on, try to take down Milo the best they can.
Well, they got to deal with the hog. They're going to try and pink off those headshots. There's the pulse bomb, and now Kusta just has to try and stay away from Gods, but Gods picks him off. Actually, I tell a lie, it was Pooks that managed to get in around the side there. Gods is still doing some serious work. Look how close the payload is to hitting that marker. Sure, they'll only have a 2-minute timer, but it's better than the game ended right now, and that's what they're fighting against.
Barrage going to come out of Buds and quickly gets taken out of the sky by Milo. Seagull picks up a kill on IDD Cutie, and honestly, Luminosity might be able to hold on to this. Enigma even switching over to the Torpor just to put some turrets down. He has so much scrap on the ground. That's going to be so much armor for his team. He's just spamming them as much as he possibly can to give them extra HP on those tracers, and this might have been it. I think Luminosity might have been able to hold, but Lubris are throwing every tracer they possibly have at him.
Make it rain, ladies and gentlemen. Throws out all that scrap. Seagull comes hovering in from above. Look at the point. It's almost cleared out. IDDQD trying to throw that bomb back out again, but it's not working. It doesn't catch anything. Kusta even switching across to the tracer. He's trying to keep this alive. They keep getting pushed away from this payload. They have to start timing it now. They have to start going relay race almost effectively to get themselves in there, because they've got in danger of being caught out. So a spin across the stoop. He's got himself that ulti available. They've almost cleared it here. I think they've got it. I think they've got it. They have. They've managed to get it. 3 minutes back on the clock. Woo! It worked.
So Luminosity have held, but they haven't finished off the game. Switching back over to some normal heroes. Even Lubris going to be doing the same here in just a few seconds. I think Bud's actually got quite a few picks. He got Seagull in particular in that fight when he was playing that Pharah, to not allow him that high ground advantage, for not allowing him just completely spam away onto that payload with rockets. But now Luminosity need to regroup, and with triple Soldier and a Pharah seems to be what they're going to stick with for now, until Milo and Gods both die.
Which they just have. I think they both got pushed up. They realized the tracers still come running in. The triple tracer combo. And actually got the 2 pulse bombs available as well. Might catch straight on towards Seagull there as he comes around the corner. Not exactly wanting to see, but if he can connect one of those rockets, it will do a hell of a lot of damage. Now the rest of the team try and back away from that pulse bomb thrown in by IDDQD. Forces him away.
Seagull has so many different targets to hit, it's just really hard for him. Poops is going to go down from a pulse bomb out of IDDQD. He's going to maintain this high ground control. In the meantime, the payload is still pushing. Buds isn't being distracted at all. He takes down Milo himself from distance. And the payload's about to hit the next checkpoint. This is a huge snowball. Luminosity have just thrown away both these checkpoints, and it comes down to the end.
Well, suddenly they have 3:30 on the clock, and now it's actually possible that they could finish it from overtime once again. We see them maybe, just maybe, crawling their way back to a draw. Who knows? 3:30 to go. I don't think the tracers are going to work as we start pushing into the section. You see the adjustments coming out. Gods is going to switch across to the McCree. Seagull goes across to Genji. And they're just going to get straight into the site and say, thank you very much, I'm going to deal with Vonathil.
And maybe the newest are going to back away too. They realize they're out-comped at this rate. They need to go change some things up. So Stoop will switch back over to Reinhardt. Buds on Pharah. I don't imagine IDDQD and Coolmat are going to change, but they have their pulse bombs available. They at least want to try to give this a go, because he can still do some work here if you can get them off. IDDQD did use his, didn't connect, and Coolmat will throw his down as well to get no one for now.
Well, Lucio's sound barrier came out just to counter it to make sure they didn't get it down, but Stoop gets picked off by Seagull. And now they're going to have to regroup. 2:30 to go. They're going to be careful they don't get picked off on the exit here. They're not interested in backing away, it seems. Seagull trying to force them back. Coolmat still sticking around. He hasn't been dealt with yet. Gets another pulse bomb off and actually takes down Enigma as well. Bud's in the air, trying to deal with Seagull, but he's just hop, skipping and jumping and dodging the rockets.
Only 2 minutes and 15 seconds left. Knew we're seeing a game plan. They needed to push them off this high ground. Seagull popping that Dragon Blade. A little bit preemptive. The sound barrier came in to buy them a little bit extra time. Again, you need those resets. We're going to have Gods using that high noon. Picks up 2 kills before falling. And there's the revive coming back in again. Where's the Mercy? We don't have a Mercy on Lubris right now. Custa's finally going to switch.
Costa, I should say.
Custa.
Instead of Kusta.
He's not on CLG.
He's not on CLG as a CSGO player. So, We have not COG. COG have yet to enter the fray along with TSM into Overwatch. I feel that might be coming soon. Who knows? At the moment, Buds is going to try and work his way in. Getting boosted by Custer. To try and pick off Seagull once again. Very slippery target to hit. 1:23 on the clock, Jason. That payload not made any movement in the last 2 minutes.
Luminosity could hold this here. At least they're coming together. Like, there was a huge snowball against them. They fell. They let so much go, and Soup's kind of being locked into this position where Seagull could chase him down. Bud's going to be popping his ultimate, trying to reflect it back onto him. He will. He'll kill Buds with his own attack. And he has that Dragon Blade up yet again here. Less than a minute on the clock here, Demon.
Oh, QD got baited into that one pretty heavily. Uh-oh, Custer's getting cut down, sliced to pieces. Stoop will get dealt with as well. Vonifil goes down. Earthshatter comes in, but I don't think Seagull's going to worry about that. The sound barrier comes in to protect him, and they clear out the payload once again. Coolmat and Buds, the only two remaining. And Coolmat's just trying to chug his way through that one. Buds gets forced to wait. 30 seconds on the clock. They have to regroup. Custer's going to have his ulti ready for this one, as will the sound barrier from Vonifil.
All right, so Custer, the problem is that Seagull's going to have ultimate for the next fight. Yeah, he's at 56% now, but he'll get it in the middle of the fight as long as he doesn't die right away. And if Custer doesn't have the opportunity to res before that, he might actually just be slain by him, and they might not have a second chance.
10 seconds, they got to get on point. Bud's finally come around the side there. Let's spin back over. Gods has got his ulti ready and waited. He's going to just bide his time. There he goes, against the high noon down. He's going to drop down behind him. Gets himself two. That's Custer going down. There's no resurrect available for Lubris. They're going to get picked off here. Stoop, the last man standing, he goes down as well. And that may well be all she wrote. Who is going to be the man that's around there? Coolmat's been cleared. I think it's going to be... It's got to be Stoop. It's got to be Stoop. That's still in there. I can't... Nope, not Stoop. He's dead.
There you go.
So, finally we have a difference again. Lubris lose out on Dorado. Luminosity have themselves a lead as we move into the final map of the night. Unless we see Lubris picking this one up. You're going to assume we're going to be moving straight across to Hollywood. Unless they want to go to Hanamura.
So the way it works, if we do go to Hollywood and Luminosity attack first, all they have to do is just finish the game. And they will have won this best of 5 and be through into the final qualifiers in the beginning of August. So I'm imagining that Lubris might want to take Hanamura, or they might want to attack first.
Yeah. So it's a tricky... Oh, God. Enigma's going to be restarting his modem, guys. So I love the fact he's called it modem. I don't think I've heard it called a modem in about 10 years.
Why do you say it weird?
It's a router.
Why do you say modem? Modem.
Modem.
You say
modem. Modem. So I've always called it modem. English, you know, we say things proper. Or a router, as we call it, but you guys call it a router. Restart my router.
Your impersonation of an American accent is what really makes me happy that England left the European Union, okay?
We didn't leave America, though. We're still best of buddies. Until Trump gets into power.
I'm just going to leave you hanging on that one.
Actually, to be fair, we've left Boris Johnson's not running for power, so thankfully we're not going to get Trump and Boris together, because that would just be a horrible combo. Anyway.
I don't think any one of the 36,000 people out there know who Boris is. I have no idea.
Boris Johnson? No, you'd seen it. You'd have seen him. Well, actually, they definitely would have seen him on the news in America, but you're in Germany. You wouldn't see the American news.
I don't watch TV here.
No, I don't watch TV either. Yeah. So, but he's in German.
Did this sound really angry or really awkward?
I know, right? So, obviously, I was streaming earlier on today, and someone linked Phil Collins. It was... I think it was, I don't know which song it was anyway, but it was he was singing it in German. And it was just like, it was a great song, I remember. But in German, it was just like, oh.
No. I mean, there's a video, there's a video on YouTube.
It almost sounds like, it's meant to be like a really nice song, but it almost sounded angry.
Well, there's a video on YouTube that I guarantee you've seen where they're comparing different languages and how they say certain words, like butterfly, you know.
Schmetterling.
And it goes to German, and it's like butterfly, Butterfly, and then Schmetterling.
Schmetterling.
Yeah, so... That's what we deal with on a day-to-day basis. But waiting for Enigma to come back, it will be...
Hanamura.
All right. Okay. And we'll see if Luminosity want to defend or attack first.
I'm intrigued because this is not like obviously the King and Hill. You can have a draw here.
You can, but if it's a draw, then Luminosity wins.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, there was no other way around it. It would be the same with Hollywood, I guess. I'd have gone with Hollywood myself, though, after seeing Luminosity's performance on it yesterday. I'd have felt they have a better chance on there. Hanamura, especially the way the King of the Hill map went. Because it was 3-1 on the poll. And so, I mean, obviously, capture point is slightly different from King of the Hill, but as a group, as a unit, they were clearly playing better on King of the Hill, is their, which is fairly similar.
I mean, we'll see how Hanamura goes. We have an Enigma back in the lobby, so we should be ready to start any second now. Remember, guys, you can actually hit up our Twitter accounts and also at ESL Overwatch and the main Overwatch account of @PlayOverwatch. Before ESL Overwatch, you'll have all the information on upcoming tournaments and streams as well, and shows that we'll be bringing you, so you can always do that. Also follow Twitch channel. Do you want to be casting? It's always going to be here if it's for ESL.
Absolutely. Lots and lots of Overwatch action to come throughout the month of July and August. So it's going to be jam-packed up until that big Grand Gamescom final, which I'm so looking forward to, actually, in the ESL arena. You guys at home, well, North Americans, you probably won't be making the journey across the Atlantic, but certainly Europeans, if you're still staying up with us, you can join us at Gamescom on the Saturday and Sunday. That's the 20th and 21st of August. Where the title will be decided for the first team to pick up a really major offline moment. Obviously, we've had a bunch of offline events so far, but 100K Blizzard official tournament will be the first one.
Yeah, Gamers Assembly, which was like 25 or 30. Had the OG tournament, OG Invitational was 25. The Face It,
Take TV.
Or not the Face It, sorry. Wow, why did I say Face It? The Takeoverland at Take TV, that was like 10,000. Yeah, 100 grand. A lot of money here for these teams. So let's wait on Luminosity to choose a side before we can get this one underway. Probably two of the slowest teams we've had so far.
Yeah, they're very, very slow at saying, yes, we want this side.
I know what they're doing.
The admin's just sat there like...
I know what Seagull's doing. He's just sitting there counting his money.
Bought for his scooter.
Thanks for that $5. Thanks for that 10. Thanks for that 20.
We will have another best of 5 to follow this, by the way, ladies and gentlemen. It's going to be Team Liquid up against Cloud9, another cracking best of 5. But that's seemingly a long way off at the moment as we still sit waiting in the lobby for them to choose. We have Hanamura ready and waiting to go, but nobody seeming to pick a side.
This is why I'm so happy I'm not an admin, because I would just literally throw them into the game right now.
I'd just press start.
Yeah.
Because they'd probably happily start anyway.
Yeah. And people don't want to hear us talk about random crap. I don't want to hear us talk about random crap.
I don't want to talk about random crap.
Yeah.
We talked about pooping
we
in the
talk
last
about
break.
random crap. It gets really dangerous.
We literally talked about pooping in the last break. Let's not do that again. Let's talk about Hanamura. Okay, we're talking obviously about the time bank mechanism in play here, which we saw in action earlier on. Very solid performance from Envy. I think they finished the map with 8:57 on the clock. Meanwhile, Selfless actually
8:35.
Was it 8:35? Was it? It was still a very long time either way. Obviously, time bank. So it's all about can you finish the quickest. Unlike real life, and of course it is about then if the other team finish, you have that amount of time to conclude the map once again. You might both do it.
Was there a joke in there? I think I heard a joke in there.
Subtle, wasn't it? Sneaky.
Okay.
Okay, Enigma decides that they are going to attack first, so Luminosity will be on the attack. So.
Yeah, so they basically get to set the pace of the game.
Yeah.
Feeling confident. We might actually see the double Hanzo, double Zarya make up for them. There's a possibility.
Well, they did a few things, didn't they? We saw the triple Winston double...
Double Winston, triple Zarya.
Yes, that's it on King's Row.
But I don't know. Actually, the first point, it's just really easy to get to. But hey, guys, we're in game. Guess what? Don't need to see our faces. Our very handsome faces. Let's drop in.
It's feeling a little withered right now at 2:30 a.m. But we are loving the matches so far. So, Hanamura, you know what this is all about. Get in here, capture the point, spin on, and hope you're going to capture them off guard. Maybe get them pushing and maybe pile on through and close the map out in very speedy fashion. We saw earlier on how Envious dealt with that against Selfless. They obviously managed to time themselves, the Divas. We did see a little adjustment. We saw May coming in to try and wall block that. We'll see how it works out. Many teams find different methods, different ways of doing it. Of course, it's going to be Lubris on the defense. And that means we're going to see Buds actually on the Junkrat. Stoop hasn't decided yet whether he's going to be on the Reinhardt or not. Coolmat is going to be setting himself up on Torbjorn. May for IDDQD. Vonathil will be on Symmetra, so he's going to get boosted in there by Kusta. And Kusta will set it up. Okay.
Kusta.
I keep saying Kusta.
Not CS players.
General Kusta.
Now you got me saying
General
it.
Kusta, there we go.
We're good. Okay, so yeah, Buds of the Junkrat looking to siege away. I wonder if Luminosity is going to go for a very high mobility composition. Maybe some Genjis or something like that. Maybe the Winston Zarya combos that they're running. Even potentially a Diva in there. Picked up for Enigma at the moment. And Seagull's on a Zarya. So yeah, I think they want to get a little bit more of a high mobility. 5 tanks, 1 Lucio. They're looking to take this point extremely quickly. And there's no way Lubris is expecting this. It's just down to IDDQD to actually block off that front wall in time.
Let's see if he can do it. He's going to be like, ah, panic! Or he doesn't have it ready. If he doesn't have it, he has it ready, okay. And say if he doesn't have it ready, it would be catch him off guard. Okay, they're going to see the one. Gets himself a nice right click onto Milo there. Almost managed to take him down. Okay, they're just positioning themselves around the corner. Maybe they switch in. Okay, we saw this with Selfless actually. They had themselves ready. They're just going to try and split it. Instead, it's just going to pick off Enigma. So Enigma's going to be the poor soul, but he gets up and over. And that gave all the positions of the Symmetra turrets away. Nicely done.
Yeah, actually, it was Anox. It was cooler, right? Running the May. They kept blowing off the front. But a little bit too late there. And looks like Seagull's been able to sneak his way in, and the Winston can obviously jump over. It's just kind of Pooks who's like, well, where are you at? And actually, he was one of the first ones in. And Luminosity are actually losing quite a few men. But 3, now 4 people in Lubris are gone. Coolmat's turret's not being handled, and he actually picked up at least 1 kill after his death. And finally, Enigma will take it down.
Well, Stoop is still in here as well, and he's hammering the monkey to the face. Will get taken down eventually by Enigma, but IDDQD still not dealt with. That pesky May can just, of course, block himself off and then put himself in the ice wall to keep himself alive. And Pooks is just like, you're not keeping me away. I can climb your walls, your pesky walls. He's going to have to shield himself off. Now he has his ulti ready. I think he's probably going to throw it down straight away as soon as he comes out of there. He will die, but the rest of his team are back in on point.
Did he actually wall off his team?
Well, they're protecting.
Because they're still capturing the point here. Yeah, the teleport is up. But to be honest, they're losing quite a bit of progress on the point already. Cool map popping Molten Core, trying to buy some time here, trying to probably build up this turret as quick as he can. And he's even being knocked away. Actually, Enigma, really good positioning, really good awareness to take that turret down before he has a chance to build it.
Well, Buds gets in point, gets taken down.
He walked into the self-destruct! Oh no!
Derp. Oh well, okay, first point goes down. That's going to be Kusta getting taken down as well. So, everybody can switch out. IDDQD going to go over towards Soldier 76. Thought about McCree for a moment there. We're going to get Cool Matt onto Diva. We're going to have Buds onto Reaper. Remember, of course, because they've done this, they won't have those big ultimates available, and we're going to see whether they can push straight in. There's going to be the Graviton Surge catching his entire team in. Not a lot of kills coming through with it, though. Seagull gets himself a one on Vonathil, and they have to just survive right now and make sure this point can keep contested because they can cap it out very quickly. Cool Matt will get dropped. Vonathil is going to have to power on out there. The first marker's already picked up. He's trying to block as much as he can. Now they have to watch how they do this. They have to time it slowly to get in there one by one, which was what we're seeing Stoop doing. We're going to see Buds coming in as well. Coolmat's ready and waiting to go. They're going to blast out one by one, but they're not timing this that well. Gods will finally get around the side there, but Buds is continuing to try and keep this site contested.
Vonathil actually just might have kept them alive in general because he actually defense matrix the Graviton Surge, so it didn't successfully go through. He wasn't pulled back and held, and now the self-destruction be coming in. It's going to force Luminosity off the point. Actually, sorry, it was Enigma that used it there to keep them off the point. Funny enough, he did switch on one of his deaths, and they're still going through Diva after Diva after Diva, and IDDQD's trying to play the Soldier, but this is the counter that. Take down the Soldier so they can't keep using this, and let's see if they can finish this off.
Yeah, they can't keep it alive. Look at it. It's already got the second marker. It's not working, I'm afraid. The constant slow momentum is not working. IDDQD, the idea of him, he's meant to be the one man that gets the damage down, but they're just picking him off easily as they come around. They've used the Graviton Surge, now they're using the Primal Rage to just keep beating him back, but he's going to get a lot of damage down there. Does manage to force them back. There's going to be the self-destruct coming through, and now he can start stacking up on them. IDDQD, he's got to get him some kills down here. He can't even find the heal. That's already been picked up, and unfortunately he will go down. The point continues to tick on. The self-destruct comes in from Stoop. They're just one split second away from contesting the point. There we go.
Him off. They Primal Rage and actually punched him off the point to finish that one. So Luminosity will end with 5 minutes and 48 seconds, capping out both points. Now, Lubris, it's up to them. They have to capture the 2 points to keep this game alive.
Yeah, so they got 5:48 in the time bank. Whew. I'm quite warm, Jason. I'm quite warm. So.
Just do what we did in Russia.
You make that sound so much worse than it actually was there when you say just do it. Just remember Moscow. We'll always have Moscow. Yes. So, okay, Pook's going to be on Symmetra. Gods, actually, is he going to stick on this? I wonder. Is he going to go on the Widowmaker? You have to really hit your shots, because if they go for a quick comp, a speedy comp, the Widowmaker kind of gets countered.
Oh god, Lubris.
Pretty hard. He's going to stick with it. Okay.
Triple Diva, double Lucio, and a Widowmaker. So Bud's just hoping to stay in, just pretty much be ignored and pick up kills. But I know it's going to be tough. Gods is a ridiculously good sniper. Probably the best, if not one of the best, hands down. I don't know if Buds can really compete with him, but then again, you can always get a nice shot off. Any given Sunday, anything can happen, right? That's the phrase that Americans love to use. And Siegel's going to be on Junkrat. So they'll have the frontline wall with Milo. Or sorry, Milo. They'll have Enigma there to potentially get a hook off through it to pull someone out of position. They don't have the Mei that we saw Lubris use, so there's no real chance Luminosity can delay on the initial attack. But let's see if Indus and Pooks can, most importantly, just stay alive on the initial push.
Yeah, so Bud's going to stick with it. Okay. Not sure it's the quickest, but maybe he's going to try and hope that he can pick off Indus or maybe Pooks.
Why is he looking behind him?
You never know. The
I'll
flank.
try to see where maybe a turret is for him.
Sneaky flank early on. Who knows? Milo swinging a miss there.
Where's
Tries to
Vonethil
catch up.
going?
Vonethil completely separated from his team. What is he thinking? He gets picked off totally. What was that?
And Bud's
Did he say no, he meant the other left? I'm not sure what he meant there.
Not sure. One of the newest additions to the team, but Malo's just trying to swing away, trying to get as much ult percent built up as he can, but
done well.
Indus is dead. Pooks, he died as well, and this is going to be Lubris taking the first point quickly.
Just Siegel, the only men around the side. Let's see, he's got Riptide ready and waiting. He's going to try and launch himself away a little too far. Bud's picked him off. So, first point captured. Now, obviously we're talking time bank system. 5:48 was what was locked in for Luminosity Gaming. Now, it is the turn of Lubris. Can they do it quicker? And obviously give themselves a better chance moving into the second round.
Oh, Gods gets Buds there. Gets him at the entrance. They're on top of the point, but it's being contested. Cool Matt trying to delay a little bit with Diva as he's just getting hammered out.
Locked it
by Milo. And yeah, like the Riptire gets nothing, but Milo's about to have ultimate. He got 60% basically off Cool Matt alone. And God's looking to get out of position here. Get over towards the side. So now he won't be actually harassed. But he heard the Emphasite come in out of Bud. So they know where each other are. God just can't hit that first shot.
Yeah. He's got Lucio peskily beating away on his side there. It's the Vonethil just trying to keep that point contested, but they didn't manage to get the first marker, all importantly, which is very important to note on the initial attack. Does manage to pick out Vonethil eventually, and it's just going to get taken down by Cool Matt.
Alright, so Cool Matt kind of assessing the situation, not allowing God some free reign. And he does have self-destruct, so he's going to throw it on the point. Get around a pillar to survive. He won't take down anyone with him, unfortunately, but
no.
At least he has his mech suit to get back into.
Can't manage to get the Mercy down, unfortunately. Will get finally taken down by Siegel's ulti there. So, site successfully defended, and they're going aggressive. Where's... Okay, then they've all backed up. Fair enough. So where are they going?
Just what I needed.
Enigma has that big ult available as well. That can slow down this point.
And it looks like Lubris want to go maybe for a contesting the high ground. You see both Lucios through the walls. looking to go up in that position. And I think it's going to be Stoop actually going with them here, and even IDDQD. So they need the high guard control, which Gods won't be able to wrestle back. But Gods actually gone down to Buds already. And this is looking strong now for Lubris. And not having that sniper there is going to eliminate so much pressure that Luminosity had defending.
Well, the wall doing its job, separating them. He might be able to get around the back of the Reaper. He will. He's going to catch Seagull by surprise there. Has to be careful. Tries to catch out. Gets in dust down there. Got his ulti ready and waiting to go. He's going to get it booped straight off the side. Doesn't really pick too much up with it, but he manages to put a chunk of damage down. Now, has the rest of the team done the work for him? Seagull goes down. He still can't deal with the mate that's around the side. And they are going to get themselves separated enough on the spawn, I feel, here, to be able to chain it and keep the side contested.
Well, we still have the Mei for Enigma. We have Milo and Seagull both switching to D.Va just to keep the point from actually passing that first checkpoint. And IDDQD is looking for that 1v1, but he gets walled off. He's just stalling for time. He's just buying as much and many seconds as they possibly can. Down to 6 minutes and 25 left to go. Enigma will fall here with the sound barrier coming in, but Luminosity are holding strong.
Still not managed to get the first marker though. The contested, now it's in. The first marker goes down. Now 6:15 still on the clock. They're just going to sit and try and block the site. They get the second marker in. Finally it gets contested at 6 minutes 10 seconds. Self-destruct available here. Coolmap manages to pick down one. Vonethil switches across to Zenyatta at the end here to try and do something. Okay, let's see. That's about picking the divas off as quickly as possible from range. Look at the sign though. Keep your eye on the times. 5:52. It's going to pass the time that Luminosity have set, but it looks like they will be able to finish this one off.
Not sure just yet. Luminosity have enough divas. Thing is, they don't have a DPS person to actually stall for a little bit more time. The thing is, what Zenyatta's doing so well is these Discord ores. It makes D.Va super squishy, which allows it to take them a lot quicker, which makes them recycle faster and potentially not have the spawn. But Enigma's going to get the freeze. To no one, it seems, but at least zone them off the point for the most part to give a little bit of breathing room for Luminosity. But it's still going Lubris' way.
Yeah, as soon as they pop out of the suits, as soon as they get desuited, they're just dropped instantly by Vonethil. They're not able to keep it contested, hop, skip, and jump, just keep it alive so they can chain it. And there we go. 5:11 on the clock left for Lubris. So both teams able to close out Hanamura, which means we go to the time-back system and see how they can do it again. 5:48, sorry, available for Luminosity. 5:11 on the clock for Lubris. Here we go again.
Now will Luminosity change things up here? And where they go for their crazy tank strat again to push in fast. Lubris, will Kumat continue to play over towards that Mei? But let's see. Kusta going to be back on the Mercy. Bud's going to be on Zarya. And IDDQD, it looks like he wants to actually go for a Bastion again. So we saw him actually do that on King's Row. Easy for me to say. King's Row, which actually stopped Luminosity from finishing at all. And actually tied things back up for them. So maybe it can work yet again here. Double Zarya. And he's got the Reinhardt to protect, even the Mercy to heal.
Yeah, it's going to be the protect the Bastion. I mean, we saw Seagull doing it, obviously, on the King of the Hill map, as you mentioned. So it kind of worked out for them. But IDQD did it very successfully on King's Row. All right, Vonethil, where are you setting things up? We've seen the Symmetras a couple of times, and we've barely seen the teleports actually come into action because this first point tends to get captured very, very quickly. We're looking at the attack inside, of course, very similar to what they did to begin with. Double Zarya, double Winston, paired with the Zarya and, the D.Va and the Lucio for Pooks. It's going to be a speedy push. Last time around, they took a little time to have a peek. Don't think they're going to do it this time. They haven't really got the time to do that.
And there's no Mei to stop them from walking in anyway. It's just IDDQD trying to play this one safe. As long as he stays hidden and comes around the corner when they push in, or at least stay here and push to the right, he's going to get so much damage in. There's have no one to really deal with him, and the Winston's going to be coming in to buy a little bit of time, but it seems like Lubris have been able to hold so far.
Well, manages to get the one down, peeks around the side. It is still being contested. Seagull just getting murdered down the back there. That's going to be Enigma pig cleared off, and they do hold the point. Just one left on there. In and out. See Kusta go in. They are going to clear off the point. This is going to get a quick reload and Cool Matt seems to be the man that's on the cleanup duty. So they hold successfully, and that whittles the time down to closer to their range. And now we have some switches. Hanzo and a Widowmaker for Seagull and Gods. Enigma switches over to the Tracer, Indust onto the Mercy. So, and Milo. So full team comp, normal, ordinary payload team comp almost coming out from Luminosity.
And I think Seagull's going to try to find where IDDQD is. Yeah, I was going to try to assist him, maybe get some early chip damage in on the point. He's able to hit 1 or 2 shots. Those IDDQD's now going to be on the back of sight, which is going to be huge for them. And like I said, Enigma flanking around, looking straight for IDDQD, but he immediately has to back away and gets dropped before he even has a chance to get away.
He got the teleport down, got Vonethil down as well, I think, and that's why Vonethil's just switched across to the Lucio. You can still see it is going to be Milo ready and waiting to go. Almost a standoff for the two Reinhardts there. The Earth Shatter ready and waiting. Stoop getting taken very low. Goodbye, IDDQD. Milo takes you with you. I mean, that's one way you deal with the Bastion, how to get him off the site, but they have to deal with Enigma, who's going to come around the side there, try and jump onto Costa. We also have Seagull firing off the Dragon Strike through the point, but it doesn't really get a great deal. He does manage to pick off Stoop, though, who tries to hide in the corner, but still, no sign of capturing that first point.
They're being held here, and if Lubris can hold them and then cap the first point, we're going to be going to Ilios best of 3 as the tiebreaker of the series. We still have 1 game left to go here, but Seagull pushing back in. Does have the help of the Soundbird to help him out. Graviton Surge is going to be applying a lot of pressure to them to survive this one. And IDDQD trying to shoot through those holes to actually assist, and Enigma's going to get a rocket to his face. And even Gods is going to fall, but Seagull popping the Dragon Strike across the point. Doesn't really accomplish too much, though.
No, man, that's going to be IDDQD setting back up around the side there. Gives his flanks his position, gets a big burst onto Enigma. Enigma's forced to flank around. Now, Gods does have his infra sight available, getting healed up, of course, by Indust. It gives Indust the little opportunity to hop in, hop out of the fight, but now he's going to force away. It's going to try and back away, runs in. I think we're going to see Gods switching.
What do you switch to? That's the real question. Maybe a Soldier. But I don't know if he wants to commit to that. I mean, so Widow didn't do too bad. And he will go back over to Reaper, and maybe Seagull's going to go for the change. So maybe a Pharah.
They're going to go for a speed.
I don't know, we'll see.
They want to just pile in, don't they?
I think they real. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. 5 Divas and a Lucio. Are you kidding me?
Oh, okay. There we go. They're all jumping as well. Of course they are, pouncing along. Well, Buds unfortunately has Graviton Surge available. They're going to try to defend it. They don't defend that one. They're going to play piled in. Where's IDDQD? He's going to try and set up around the side. Perfect positioning as he just mows down around the side, gets his ulti charge ready, and they're all going to get picked off. Tries to launch up their Enigma, just sets himself back up. He's already used the defense matrix, so he can't use it a second time. Stoop gets himself a bunch of kills, and the Divas, all in the world, can't help you out when they have Graviton Surge ready.
I don't know how they didn't cycle a defense matrix to stop it from going down. Or maybe they just kind of missed it. There you go. But that was pretty hilarious. And they're going to continue to push him with this one. And IDDQD again, this Bastion play out of him, just rotating around once he's been spotted, playing from a different position every time, is really throwing Luminosity off.
Well, Cool Matt's going to get it back on there. They're going to do probably a little bit more this time around, of course. It looks like Milo is going to be the first to be desuited. Sound barrier comes down. That is going to be on the defensive side of Lubris. Pooks' sound barrier will be available any second now. There's going to be the beat being dropped, but Cool Matt manages to counter that with a primal raise. Now, let's see if he can't smack anyone off. Enigma goes. Anyone else to follow? Seagull's going to get desuited. There's a second one to be desuited. While this is all happening, good old IDDQD ulti runs out, and that is going to be forcing them away. 1 minute on the clock, Jason Kaplan, until this game is surely going the way of Lubris.
So now we're seeing a double Genji, double Diva, Winston, Zenyatta of all things. Gods and Seagull, this is basically your last chance here. 45 seconds to go. If they can't cap this, Lubris have such an easy chance of taking this into the final map, the tiebreaker map between these two teams. But let's see, Seagull and God sticking together, trying to come in from the side. And where is IDDQD, most importantly? Because he's the man that's been able to change this, and he's not really in a position to be taken out by a Genji.
Yeah, absolutely perfect. Pooks is not going to have anything to do with this one. Buds gets himself the double. That's Gods going down. Seagull is still on site, but you can see the kill feed is very much going in the favor of Lubris, and they've held the point, ladies and gentlemen. 13 seconds to go. The Tracers are going to try and have to contest it.
Oh, they couldn't do it with 5 Divas and a Lucia. I don't know how these Tracers are going to work out. They still have 2 of the Genjis, though. Enigma's going to be the only Tracer trying to put in overtime, but no, he gets taken by IDDQD. They're finally going to be able to contest it, though, so they at least have the chance to keep this one going, thrown into overtime. Just that sound barrier being used, I think Luminosity, I think they're going to fall short.
Just about keeping them alive. Oh, Seagull came in and again got instantly smashed by the Earth Strike of Stoop. Caught Gods and Seagull both charging into the point. And well, they had a longer time to try and capture out there. 5:48, they couldn't do it. Now 5:11 on the board for Lubris to just capture that first point, and they will take it to a tiebreaker on Ilios.
On the flip side, if Luminosity hold them and it's a tie, Luminosity win.
Yes.
Because they're up 1 point currently. So a lot of pressure on here for Luminosity and Lubris both. Are we going to see this, the 6th map, the tiebreaker map, or are we going to see Luminosity succeed and go through into the regional finals in the beginning of August, where Envious is already waiting as well as Northern Gaming Red.
Whew. Okay. Lubris, what is your plan? Is that your plan? Is that really your plan? Don't think that's going to be the plan.
Well, go to them. Go look at them. What are they doing? Are they dancing?
I can't go to them yet. Now I can. No, they're all just switching around. Not doing a great deal. All right, Seagull's going to go onto it. It is going to be the Bastion for Seagull this time around. It worked for IDDQD. Why not? It worked for Seagull on King of the Hill. So God's going to be on the Soldier 76. Milo will be on Reinhardt. Enigma's going to be sticking onto Zaya. Indust, of course, will be on Mercy. Seagull, as I mentioned, will be on Bastion. And Pooks is going to be off the side on the Torbjorn. Where's he going to put his turret? Is he going to be in the corner here? Yeah. So he's hoping that they're going to be rushing for sight, which they don't need to do. He's hoping they're going to rush to sight and ignore the fact that that turret is going to be in the corner.
Oh, the way Lubris is set up, they're going to be doing just that. We saw this exact comp earlier on in Buds. Be looking to get some free shots from the back. The Diva is going to be swarming the actual point. The Toulouse is to help out, but Seagull on the Bastion, most importantly, trying to take a book out of IDDQD. He's going to get caught up by Kuma. He's trying to run away from this one. He's going to need some help out of Indus. He's going to get caught out yet again, so know exactly where he's going to be. Does he have the time to get set up?
No is the fact. He manages to get caught out. Okay, that's going to be Custer and Stoop taking down. Indus picked off. Milo still hanging around the site, but he's got next to no health. He's got no support. He's going to go down. Enigma's on site. He's going to get picked off. Gets his shield down. Manages to pick one off, but look at it. He's being swamped by the Divas. This is not working out in their favor. Custer has to get back on site, but it doesn't matter because IDDQD has the Body Blaster in work. Pooks with the Molten Core. That's run out. That's going to get taken down. The pack capture point is at 2/3. It's surely all over. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to Ilios for the tiebreaker. It is all square. 3-3 as Lubris take it on Hanamura.
This play of the game has to go to IDDQD. Holy crap. It's Gods instead. IDDQD, though, was definitely the player of the game, in my opinion. With that Bastion play out of him was insane. So God's just getting assists on everything basically here. So like you said, going to Ilios, best of 3. Or that one will be going through to the regional finals. Long day of games today.
Long day. We knew it would be. But what a great day. And okay, so bathroom break. Surprise for everybody. So Ilios. All right. Ilios, best of 3. Instead of best of 5, which of course we had on Nepal. So we went the distance previously. That was in the Gale Force Esports. They came out on top against Northern Gaming Red, and we're going the distance once again. Could it happen a 3rd time, I wonder? Cloud9 versus Team Liquid will be following this game.
At least the trains will be running when we leave.
That's actually a good point. The early morning trams will be running.
If you guys are wondering, we're over here in Germany, where it's currently 3 a.m., so we don't have the luxury of it being 9 p.m. and Eastern Daylight Time.
Yeah, I mean, it's great for those guys. Everyone at home, it is a nice evening's viewing for you all here of the Overwatch Atlantic Showdown. $100,000 is what they're playing for. They've got to qualify first to get through to the qualification to go and qualify.
Say the regional finals.
The regional finals. We're just going to call it the regional finals. Yeah. There we go. That's easy.
Yeah.
I can go for that. It's going to be the Americas Regional Finals, ladies and gentlemen. We're waiting for them to set themselves up. Ilios is a best of 3, indeed. So, what are we expecting? King and Hill was Nepal.
I don't know anymore. I expect this to be a very one-sided game. It seems like every game I say is going to be one-sided turns out to be the longest series of the night.
Well, think of the Nepal game. While it did end 3-1, 2 of those games that went in favor of Luminosity was 99% to 99%. And finally got cleared out.
True.
So very, very close, I feel. We could be seeing all 3 maps going the distance. We've just lost
Stoop.
Stoop's just dropped out. So we're waiting for him to get.
Maybe he's resetting his modem.
He did say something. I don't know whether it was Stoop that said it.
No. He said, yeah.
Yeah. The German timed him out.
Do you want to head to a short break?
Chancellor.
Before we kick off the tiebreaker?
No, let's finish the tiebreaker. Let's get this done. Let's finish the game, Jason. Finish the game. There could be only 1 or 4 in this case. It's a long night, boys. It's a long night. I'm going to start getting a little giddy. I'm actually feeling pretty fresh.
Yeah, you just chugged a Red Bull.
I know. I'll start doing it on camera in a minute.
What people didn't see earlier on, so he had 4 Red Bulls next to him. Well, 3. Yeah, because I had one of them. And during the cast, he was trying to take a drink, to keep his throat wet. And he tries to drink out of a can that's not even opened yet. I think that's kind of the...
I didn't try and drink out of a can. You did. Did I?
I think you did. You tried to drink out of a can that was not even opened yet.
No, I drank the one that was empty. I was like, there's nothing left. So
I liked my way better.
I tried to subtly open it without making noise on camera, which I think I got away with. Nobody realized until you decided to.
It was funny. It was hilarious.
Dob me in.
And what else is there to talk about right now?
Talk about how hot these lights seem to be. Actually, no, they're LEDs, though, aren't they? So there can't be a lot. Well, where is the heat coming from? It's going to be the computer. It's belting out some serious temperature. There's probably this plasma as well. That's actually not either. That's dead cold. Where's it all coming from? It's just me. Radiating hotness, ladies and gentlemen.
We still have another series coming up, guys. We still have Team Liquid up against Cloud9. That'll be our final set of the night. And then we still have 3 more qualifiers coming up in the next 3 weeks. Monday and Tuesday is EU. Wednesday, Thursday is NA. So you can follow the Twitch channel. You have all the action here. And we even have some other streamers coming, or other casters coming in during the first day. We have Ghost Gamers, for instance. Dota Raptors, I think, is also doing the English stream. And then some other language streams. And then to the final day where we still have us here and a couple of the other language streams.
We have the South American guys as well. Over in Brazil, I think they're in Sao Paulo. I might be right. ESL in Sao Paulo doing it in, I think they're doing it in Spanish.
Portuguese.
No, they said Spanish. They told me Spanish earlier. So I don't know. I know Brazil is Portuguese. I'm not losing my marbles, but they said Spanish. I was like,
I mean,
sure.
It's pretty similar, but.
Well, yeah, I mean, they're similar-ish. I'll tell you what we could do. We could show the brackets. That's what we could do. Let's do that. Let's do that, Jason. Because you guys probably have tuned in and maybe missed quite a lot of the action. We started 6 hours ago now, and that was when Envious faced Selfless. It was a pretty one-sided affair, honestly, on Gibraltar Debrado, and we ended on Hanamura as well there. That was our first showing of that one. Then we moved on, of course, to Gale Force Esports against Northern Gaming, where we had a full-on session there. We had Gibraltar Dorado, Kings Row, Hollywood, Nepal, and Ilios to end the day. That ended in favor of Gale Force Esports 2-1 in the end on Ilios, which we're going to have here, of course. If you've just
Northern Gaming 2-1 on Ilios.
Northern Gaming Red is the one I meant. I've actually not even marked it down. There we go. Northern Gaming Red beaten Gale Force Esports. I absolutely said Gale Force Esports earlier as well.
Yeah.
I even said it in my tweet. Congrats. That's a bit BM, isn't it?
Yeah. Congrats on coming in second.
Yeah.
Congrats on not qualifying the first time.
That's a bit BM, that.
Yep. So,
but yes, if you've just joined in for this one, we've had Gibraltar, Nepal, then on to Kings Row, where finally we had a separator. Obviously, Nepal went over to Luminosity. Then Nepal went over to Lubris. Then we had another switch. Dorado went over to Luminosity. And then, of course, if you just missed it, Hanamura went over to Lubris. So we're on Ilios, boys. And this is going to be the tiebreaker. Best of 3 as we go through all of the maps. And we're going to be starting out on the Lighthouse. So, what are we going to get? What are we going to do? What are we going to see? We've had a number of different setups on Nepal earlier. We had a number of changes. It seemed to work out well for them. I think they've settled on exactly what they want to play. Very similar comps, the difference being a Reaper for IDDQD and Gods on the Tracer. Other than that, it is identical. So, Xayah, Mercy, Lucio, Winston, and Pharah. Difference is Seagull is on Pharah versus Buds. Did anyone get the ball in the hoop? I don't think so.
Would have heard it because they added in something. But here we go, kicking off our final map here between these two teams. Alios, best of 3. And let's see how Seagull's going to do on this fair off the get-go. He still has Buds to contend with. And I think throughout the entire series so far, Buds hasn't really been that much of a threat to him today.
Yeah, they've kind of haven't really focused on each other too heavily as well. Gods is definitely fantastic earlier on the Tracer, but so was Cool Man. But this time around, he's decided to go on that Winston. We'll see whether they decide to switch it out here. Points now being contested. We do see, of course, it is Luminosity in the red that have started to close it out, but that's going to quickly get changed as Buds finally manages to land the first blood.
Okay, so it looks like it will be going back in favor of Lubris. A good start for them. But still looking for Seagull in the area. Just not able to hit these shots, but doesn't matter. It's going to be Stoop to come in to take him down. And Lubris looking for that first point hold in this best of 3.
Yeah, IDDQD on the Reaper seemingly working very well here. You can see he's just got himself in a position to drop down on them. 84% and counting. Uh-oh, just a little peek. A little sneak peek there. It's Milo that's up around him, and he's going to get dinked in the back, gets himself the headshot. The shield's going to come up, and now he's got the Death Blossom ready and waiting to go. Doesn't manage to finish him off there. Wraith forms back towards his team. We see the Pulse Bomb coming down as well, but this has got to be going in favor of Lubris here, but they're trying to cap the point.
Well, Samber's going to be coming in out of Pooks for Luminosity, looking for the push in. IDDQD still not really being disrupted for the most part, and not to mention Cool Match just knocking them away here with this Primal Rage, buying extra time, as we're up to 44% now for Lubris. Funny enough, IDDQD is just hitting, has been so accurate all night, considering he's playing here from Europe in Sweden, and they're playing on the North American servers.
Yeah,
he's been doing a fantastic job of keeping up.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, Swedish internet's overpowered, clearly.
Serious
Seagull
players.
finally going to get caught out in midair, but not before he manages to return the damage. Buds gets swatted down, but does get resurrected back in there. Tries to quickly come straight back up, get the ulti down, but Seagull deals with him. And we were talking about that earlier on. The difference of using it midair, you can easily be focused. And there's Seagull with a return of the favor, boosted by Indust, and gets himself the quad kill.
So we'll take the point back. And in the nick of time, 75% build up for Lubris. He's getting extremely close to finishing this off. He's on that first point. And Seagull, of course, is going to be on fire. So, what does Lubris has? IDDQD switch over to McCree from the Reaper. Wants to maybe help out Buds a little bit in the air. From the ground, though. And Stoop's going to be coming into point just to make sure to defend this. He has Graviton Surge, so this is where it gets really dangerous. And honestly, he could use it any time now, it seems, because the Tracer is still going to be there next to him.
Yeah, trying to deal with Custer there. Doesn't manage to catch on towards him. Stoop very low on health now, trying to beam away on the shield. That's not going to work out. Pooks in the end gets the kill. And Buds continues his aerial duel.
Yeah, Custer. I think Custer actually might have just fallen off because he died. So he might have actually gotten knocked off, which is a huge win for Luminosity. It's going to build up a lot of percent. Custer even had his res available. But this is where things get interesting. Stoop, Graviton Surge still up for him. And they have 2 defensive ultimates out of Custer and Vonethil. On the other side, though, for Luminosity, we still have Gods with that Pulse Bomb and then the double support ultimates as well. So Lubris need to look for that next point of attack. They need to look for like a grouping. The problem is, I think Luminosity are just being too smart about this. They're just staying too far apart.
Honestly, the best grouping that he could do is try and catch Seagull and Indust mid-air, I think. That's probably the best thing at the moment, because, like you say, they're just keeping very separated. But if you're to look up on the lighthouse, you can see Seagull constantly got that support hovering around the back at the moment. You hear the Resurrect come through. Indust managing to do one of his own, so both res is currently down. IDDQD has his ulti available. He's going to try and back up into a point where he can use it. No, because he's going to have those traces in his face the whole time. Hasn't been able to deal with them. Enigma pops him in the back. And God's continuing to do some serious work here. Seagull picking up kills as well on the side.
And Custo went down yet again, but he did already use his res earlier on, so it's not that big of a deal. This time the problem is the overtime's taken away and no one's actually touching it. Cool Matt takes a little bit too long to do that one. Maybe fatigue is getting to him, and Luminosity are now going to be up 1-0. They're one more point away from closing out this whole series.
That despite being in 75% to 0 at the start for Lubris there. So LG 1-0 up. One step away from closing off. They're onto the lighthouse. Are we going to see any changes? Are we going to see the Hog possibly coming out from Seagull, or is he going to stick on the far right? It seemed to work well for him. It's a map that suits both, honestly. We are going to see Enigma making the change to the Hog, so he's going to be the man on the Hog. And instead for Lubris, we're going to have the double Tracer. No Cool Matt to choose him, go back to Soldier, so no Hogs coming out for them. I think it's going to give Enigma a chance.
It's possible. It's definitely possible. Also, the big difference is that there's Soldier and Tracer for Lubris, where Luminosity only has the Soldier, or they have the Tracer too. I didn't see Gods off to the right. The Soldier's going to be a huge turning point, though, because obviously they realize Buds is having a tough time dealing with Seagull, so throwing in Coolman on Soldier is going to help out a lot to actually keep him out of the skies and keep him away from these points. Because, I mean, to be fair, you know, Buds, he's a great player, but he just hasn't been able to win out these duels. And when it comes down to a fair Mercy battle in the air, you need to be able to do that to have that high ground advantage for your team.
Yeah, they lost the... I think it was Poop switched across. Didn't see who it was, actually. They lost either way very early on there. Cool Matt's forced to back away. Trying to get around the side, but Seagull just aims to work them down here. Keep the damage on them. Oh, and he's even trying to back away, and Gods chases him down. Gets himself the kill on Cool Matt, and that's going to delay things. 18% and counting, remember. Luminosity, all they need to do is pick up the win here on Well, and they will be going through. And poor old Lubris, after putting up a brave battle, will be forced to do it all over again next week.
Yeah, but I have no doubts they're going to qualify, though. There's still 3 more to go here, and they're competing with basically the #3 team in North America. I think they definitely have the chance. Seagull, barrage available now, trying to get around the corner behind the team. And, well, behind the team he has gotten, but he's looking for Bud still in the air. Hits the first direct rocket, looking for the second because he has no mercy there, but finally he's actually able to get healed up just enough. And Seagull should... How does he not die here? To that pull out of Cool Matt.
Yeah, gets away again, gets healed up, like I say, by Indus there, but we'll finally go down to Buds. Now, how is the rest of the team going to work this one? Buds finds Indus as well. They're going to cap out the point here, Lubris. They've got to deal with the rest of the cheeky pooks trying to hover around that lighthouse, keep himself alive. Buds, of course, can just float on over. Vonathil, what the hell is that spot? What are you using there? And Buds does manage to get himself clear. So, Lubris capped the point.
Oh, Buds. 2 directs again out of Seagull, does take him out. Let's see, they still have the Windstar Stoops. They can at least, they can stall for time. That's not necessarily a thing they have to really worry about unless somehow Enigma gets a pull on the Stoop, but he can jump out of it. It's not too big of a deal. So this should ideally be Lubris keeping the point for a little bit of time unless Luminosity gets a good combo. And that might come in the form of the Graviton Surge plus that Barrage. Oh, Seagull's only at 50%, so maybe just a couple of rockets here and there, and Enigma switched over to the Reaper to help out.
Oh, IDDQD has his pulse bomb just thrown out there. Was the savior, effectively, when he switched over to the Bastion a couple of times. Enigma getting drilled down here, going to try and run for that heal, but IDDQD will beat him to it, and Enigma will get taken down. So point slowly working its way in favor of Luminosity, but as you can see, still contested. They haven't managed to get it. Graviton Surge used out there will get followed up by the ulti from Seagull, and Indus does manage to get his ulti down. Pulse Bomb back available, throws that out, does manage to catch, I think, on Milo, and Buds actually gets himself a double as well. At this point, still held, but may well change hands now.
And they're about to tie things up, 64% to 71. We're seeing 3 people on Luminosity finally there, and Enigma able to get the Buds actually down. Gets a kill on a Cool Matt too. So this point will be turned over to Luminosity. We should ideally be able to hit 99% here for Luminosity. It's down now to Lubris, switching their comps to take the point away from them. It's going to have to be an overtime for the most part.
Cool Matt switch it over to the Tracer. Buds, of course, has that ulti ready and waiting to go. He's going to have Custer with him. I'm not too sure. We'll keep our eye on it. Seagull's still very much being covered off. Doesn't have the healer with him right now, so not getting boosted. There we go. Indus just pops in as soon as he spots out the other far of the mid-air. Jewel manages to land 1 rocket. Can't get the second. Meanwhile, the point still almost contested out there very quickly. 99% and overtime. Here we go, Jason.
Waiting for the barrage to come up for Seagull for them to have some way to force them off. Enigma does have that Death Blossom. And the point, actually, they let it slip away. They actually let Lubris take it because they fell off the point too many times, or too many people fell off the point. They didn't have one person there just to keep it contested, and now Luminosity are fighting to just take the point back themselves.
Oh, and Bud's not getting taken down by Seagull there when he managed to get a full barrage off. So Seagull just getting forced back, only on 31 health, does have his ulti available, but as you say, forced away. That was a bit of a slip there, so it's going to be 99% to 99 when they finally get the fight going.
Yeah, they have the barrage. Milo, though, he's not on Zarya anymore, so they can't really combo this. It's going to come down to Seagull. If he can take down Custa, who's at 40% on his ultimate, then they could easily have this fight. Indust has his resurrection himself. I would imagine if Lubris start losing some people, we're going to see the Tracers come in even more in a full force.
Just going to keep that hover around. He picks Buds off midair. That's going to be the second kill onto Custa, and that will be Seagull wiping the points off. Down the hole you go. No, he manages to leap himself out of there, but it doesn't matter. Overtime is ticking. 99%. Look at that bar. It's swinging the way of Luminosity Gaming. If they win this map, they will win the game and progress through to the playoffs, which will be happening in August. Incredible stuff, and well, you've got to put it down to that single rocket from Seagull in the end there on Buds, catching in midair. But it is not over yet. They have time to get back in. They have to clear the point, but look at it. It's almost done, Jason.
Yeah, I mean, they have time, but there's also Tracers for Lubris, and this is going to start out for quite a long time. Enigma and God's going to be playing on Tracers themselves just to get back to the point to maintain this hold, because it's 99 to 99 yet again. Indus still has res, so no need to commit it just yet. Waiting for Lubris to pick up a couple of kills. Cool Mat will fall. IDDQD looking to... pick up a kill or two with the help of the pulse bomb. Custa is going to be able to get Seagull out of the sky, but now IDDQD is going to be taken down, and oh my god, the overtime is actually taken away. Luminosity, they might be able to pull up, but finally Lubris able to get another man on top of the point, and they're able to have those Tracers here yet again.
It's Buds that just about got in there. Everybody else is coming in, but Indus does have that Resurrect available. You can see Indus just hovering in the air. Can they clear it out? No, Milo comes in, and this is the problem. They're coming up against lots of ultimates, a decent comp with obviously Milo being on Winston to deal with these Tracers. So no matter how much they can throw at it, they just keep getting beaten back, and you can see they're starting to put a bit of a brick wall up.
Luminosity, they do have a lot of ultimates online. Milo going to be using his Primal Rage just to knock them away. Seagull gets a shot on IDDQD. Bud's still able to keep the point contested, though. And the Tracer's just not going to stop. The barrage is going to be used just to try to clear them away. The overtime is taken away. They're going to get another Tracer back on point. We're going to continue this for a little bit further. But no, the overtime's taken away. But just somehow, a Tracer gets on top of the point in just the nick of time. The overtime again getting extremely low. Lubris are struggling to keep this point in overtime.
Just about hanging on at the moment, Lubris. They know this is their gaming qualifiers going to be over. Should they lose this one, they're going to have to do it all again. Back from the round of 128. But at the moment, Seagull's just racking himself up a serious kill count.
The overtime's ticking so quickly now.
Comes in, look at it, it's going down. There it is, ladies and gentlemen. Luminosity will take it. Oh, did it go the distance, ladies and gentlemen? It's been a long, hard-fought game between Luminosity and Lubris. We suspected it may well be play of the game for Seagull. Let's just check it out. It is going to be probably the hell yeah. Bud's getting caught out. Tries the rockets, instantly turns around, flies himself across, gets Custa down as well, and then gets the ulti onto IDDQD while he's running his Death Blossom. What a long game it has been, but Luminosity come out on top.
Long and good game, to be fair.
A very long good game, yeah. It's good to see some of the payload maps actually being won out back and forth as well. That was I was quite excited.
Not even been fully completed either.
The draws, yes, yeah. Really good stuff. So, we've got one more best of 5 to go. Don't go anywhere, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to have a short break, about a 5-minute break, I guess, 5-10 minute break in there before we get Cloud9